Yo, what is going on, everybody? How are you guys doing? I fixed the stream. The stream for some reason just did not work, but it works now. That could have been my fault. I don't know if I'm the one that set it up wrong. I don't even know if it worked on Twitter, but I fixed it. All I had to do was restart the stream completely. So we all good. We all good. Alrighty. Hope everyone is doing well. Happy Tuesday. I do not think I'll be live tomorrow, but I guess there is a chance. But I would give it probably like a 5% chance that I go live tomorrow. But I will let you guys know if you guys are in the Discord, which I'm about to link right now. I will type in the Discord if I'm going to go live or not. Closer to nighttime, when I would actually know. Hope everyone is doing good. Again, I have no idea why the stream ended up just crashing on me, but it is what it is. Hope everyone's doing well, and I'm excited to get on in here. You doing a sleeper mock? Yeah, we'll do a sleeper mock. Make sure you guys do hit the notification bell. That is how you get notified for the streams, even though that probably would not have helped because you would have got notified for the last stream, and of course that stream did not work. So we're gonna do an underdog draft or two, and then do a sleeper draft with all y'all. YouTube is tripping. What's up? What's up, Ruben? How you doing? Yeah, they're trying to censor me, man. What's up? How you doing? Nick, you're the GOAT. Thank you so much. What's up, Ian? How you doing? How you doing? Now we know what if Nick says 50-50 chance. It's not really 50-50. No, it is 50-50. I would have said, oh yeah, we're 100% streaming if I knew we would. Just like I said, we're 100% streaming on Sunday, which we will. Still no Nick. Oh, I forgot to hit play. Nope, that happens to us all. That happens to us all. Yes, we will do a sleeper mock after I do. You scared me, Zaddy. What's up, Chuck? How you doing? Make sure you guys hit that like button. Yeah, we will do a sleeper mock. After we do an underdog draft. Cool hat. The only thing that would make it a little cooler is if it was a brown hat, but that's definitely a slick cap. Yeah, I have so many hats that are just either white, or black. So I figured I'd get a teal one. So we're all good. We are all good. So we are going to do an underdog draft because underdog just dropped a new contest, which really isn't actually new because they drop them all the time. But you know what I'm saying. We're going to be ripping a puppy draft here. So I'm going to share my screen. Bada bing, bada boom. And we're going to do that. It was Dab's fault. Yeah, I agree. It was Dab's fault. It was all him. All right, so we're going to do a best ball draft over on Underdog. We're going to do the puppy. It's only $5. So everyone should be able to get in if they wanted to join, of course. If you are new to Underdog, sign up using my promo code, which is Notorious, or by clicking on the link in the video description. If you play $5, you get $50 of bonus entries. Plus, my redraft guide will be emailed to you. If you sign up today, you get it tomorrow morning. I get an email in the morning, and then I send them out to you guys. The redraft guide is almost done, and it will be uploaded once it is complete. So make sure you guys do check out Underdog. They are one of the main reasons why I am able to do these streams, because if you guys sign up on there, it helps me out a ton. So I am going to link Underdog in the chat. We linked the Discord already, so make sure you guys do get into the Discord. And we will get on into this draft. This is going to be a puppy numero 3. So $5 to enter, $100,000 to first place. And hopefully today's our day that we get lucky and we win the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like button. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, make sure you guys are in the Discord. The Discord is where we talk about all types of things. Pick from the 10th spot, Nick. I wish I could pick where I was picking from because I would love to just pick 1 and 2 every single time. But we will be doing a mock over on Sleeper as well. Over on Sleeper as well after this. We definitely have to start doing some 10-team mock drafts. I think tomorrow's video will be a 10-team mock draft, so I think we'll rock with that. And man, we got the 12 spot. I said I wanted 1 or 2, and the underdog god said, "No, no, no. You're getting the 12th pick. Get the exact opposite pick to the one that I wanted." Pretty funny. Pretty funny. All right, so if you guys want to join on Underdog, I put the link in the chat, and I'm going to pin it as well. Yeah, a lot of people do 10-team drafts, and it seems like no one on YouTube actually gives any peace of mind towards the 10-team leagues when a lot of people play in 10-team leagues. I accidentally smashed the dislike button because of Spock's false accusation had me shook. Rip that puppy, yes, sir. So after today's video, I see that you can go for the hero running back if then a bunch of wide receivers and multiple shots of running backs. You have a chance being the RB2 before you touch quarterback and tight end. Yeah, I mean, look, there's a million different strategies that work in fantasy football. Said this before, you could draft a kicker in the first round and still win your league. Obviously, it's much harder, but you can try virtually anything, and that's why the mock drafts are so fun. You can rip off 4 receivers to start, see if you like it. Rip off 3 running backs to start, see if you like it. Take a quarterback early. Don't take a quarterback early. Take a tight end early. I like to try out a bunch of different things. And this year, I've really found that if I take a tight end early, I don't like my team as much. Same thing with a quarterback. But again, it all depends on value, right? Because if, Bowers falls into round 3, I would feel stupid not taking him, right? Or the back end of the second round. If Trey McBride falls in the third round, like if Josh Allen is alive and well in the 5th round, then I'm probably going to take him, even though I don't necessarily like doing that. Yeah, I'm in multiple 10 teams. It would help a lot. Yeah, I definitely do like doing the 10-team mock drafts. And to be honest with you, I find it kind of shocking that websites like Underdog don't have 10-team drafts. I know that they have like a 6-team draft lobby. I don't know why they don't have 10-team drafts because I feel like that would also be pretty popular. Well, last night we saw the guy draft Josh with the 104. Maybe he could run away with it. He could. I mean, again, you never know. You never really know. I've never taken a quarterback or tight end early. It just makes my brain hurt. I just don't like my running back and receivers when I do that. But again, like if you draft Bowers and Bowers is averaging 20 plus points per game, you're going to feel fine about it, right? You're going to feel great about it, actually. When will you do 10-team half PPR? Probably we'll do a video about that sometime in August. What's up, Nick? How you doing, Rise? What's up, bro? Notorious family and Nick. Best of luck with all your leagues this year. Thank you, Zach. Best of luck to you as well. All right, so this draft has been pretty normal. Obviously, Chase goes ahead of Bijan in this draft, but on Underdog, people are very wide receiver heavy. Your home league, I don't think a lot of home leagues would typically see that, but I guess you never know, right? Because some people do really like Jamar Chase this season, which makes a ton of sense. So we're about to be up here. There's a lot of players with badges here, which means they have done a gazillion drafts. I have a badge as well because I'm in here all the time. So we're up. Jefferson's gone. CD is gone. So it's basically just time to click on back-to-back running backs here. Depends on your guys' ranking of these running backs. I only have 4% Ashton Genty, so I will draft Ashton Genty here. If we were going just straight off my rankings, it would be A-Chain and Chase Brown. But we have 18% A-Chain, 20% Chase Brown. We only have like 4% Ashton Genty, so I wanted to get him. And then this time we will go ahead and go with Devon Achane paired with Ashton Genty. Again, if you want to go with a different combo of running backs, that's fine. I would be fine with any combo of Achane, Genty, Saquon, Hampton, Chase Brown. At that range, I have 0% Kenneth Walker, which basically means that at some point I'm going to have to stop fading him and take him because regardless of how I'm fading him in redraft leagues, like if I'm wrong and I don't have a single share of Kenneth Walker and he's the RB2, I'm going to feel real stupid. I'm going to feel real stupid about it. So eventually we will have to draft him. He does go a lot higher in these drafts compared to like ESPN, where a lot of the time you can get him at the back of the second round. If you can start off with 2 stud running backs, that's a great start. I agree. I like that start. Is your favorite pick in a 10-team league still the 1 or 2 spot? Yes. Again, just because of the fact you can start with Jahmyr Gibbs and then typically, or Bijan, depending on who you prefer. I prefer Bijan. And then you can come back and get one of the elite tight ends or Josh Allen. And I feel really good about that. Do you think Genty will break out this season? Yes. I'm not as big on Genty as some other people are. Like some people are like, he's clearly a first round pick. Whereas I am more dicey on that opinion. I know I just took him in the first round, but I mean, I do like realistically Chase Brown and Achane above him. But yeah, I do think he's going to break out this year. What would you suggest at pick 103 in a 12-team PPR league? Typically, running backs go fast, so I'm not sure if it would be crazy if I took Jacobs/Williams for my second pick. It all depends on what you like, right? If you feel as though, at the 103, I'm taking Puka Nacua, right? And by the time things come back, you might not love the running back. So I'd probably just go double running back and then take one of Jacobs or Williams in round 3. And then probably in like round 5 or 6, you want to touch the dead zone running backs, the guys that I like Baishal Tootin, Cam Scattaboo, if you're nervous about waiting on running back. So I probably still would start double receiver, though. I think the 103 is just very, very good to start double receiver. Where does McBride typically go compared to Bowers? On sleeper, McBride's ADP is higher than Brock Bowers, meaning McBride gets picked earlier. I don't actually think that will be the normal by the time you guys are actually drafting, but maybe I'm just wrong and people really like McBride still, but normally it's Bowers then McBride. Like we saw both these teams, the same team here went Bowers and McBride, which is a little crazy to me, but I get it. I get it. I like the turn on either side, Ian. With the turn at the end of the first round, you get the highest waiver priority in most leagues. That's an extra bonus. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Going quarterback and tight end early is hard because if they get hurt, the drop off is a lot. If you get wide receivers and running backs to fill your roster with, you can have a bunch of starters at that position. That is very true. But again, if you draft the elite tight end that's scoring 20 points and, half the league is starting tight ends that are getting like 10 points a game, it's a gigantic difference. Like I'm choning. Fresh hat. Thank you. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Yeah, I had Bijan and Trey McBride in both my 10-team redrafts, and they carried 100%. Would your reach on running back in your league has a run on running backs? Typically, what you want to do is zig when people are zagging. What I mean by that, is if people are hammering running backs, you just want to keep drafting the falling receiver values. But I do get it, right? If you're starting to get nervous, you can draft a running back. You can reach if you want, but normally I like to... if people are just hammering running backs, I'll just take the receiver values that are there for me. Can I be in your next draft? After this, we're going to do another underdog draft, I think. So if you're on underdog, you can join the draft. If not, we're going to do sleeper draft after that you guys can join. What's up, Rise Above? We doing another underdog after this? And if so, which one? Yes, we're going to do a puppy again. Pause. We did the puppy just dropped puppy 3. These things fill pretty fast. That's only $5 entry. So we're going to be seeing a lot of people jumping in these puppies. So we started double running back. We're about to pick again. Zay Flowers just got paid, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw that. The fact that Zay Flowers and Justin Jefferson make the same amount of money is hilarious to me. It's absolutely hilarious. I have no idea how that is even possible, that they make the same amount of money. That's so crazy to me. That is so crazy to me. So do we want to go Burden and they have the same buy with Waddle? I guess that's fine. Dude, Luther Burden, I have to just continue to start moving him up the rankings further and further. Dude, every report you read about Luther Burden is the most positive thing you've ever heard. I'm gonna pull up one of them. It's actually so crazy to me how positive this is. Ben Johnson said Luther Burden's destiny is to be one of the best receivers in the league and compared him to Ahmad Ron Jarvis Landry. St. Brown's game in Detroit, who I have a strong affinity for, plays the game the same way. I feel that from Luther. I know he wasn't a full-time starter for us a year ago, but the snaps that he did have, he's got that competitive edge and desire to be great, dude. I mean, everything that the coaching staff is saying about this guy is so positive. We just have to keep adjusting, keep moving him up, because again, if the coach believes in him that much, he's going to have a very big season. He's going to be very, 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 very involved. So let's see it. Let's see it. Yeah, Captain Spock, I'm at 10 in both of my redraft leagues, and I'm very excited for that 12 turn, the 1-2 turn. Tight end at 10-man is good. 12-man, I think you wait on tight end. Fully agree with you. Fully agree with you. Kraft, Fannin, Laporta, or Kittle, which one do you prefer, and which round would you target each? Gun to the head, I think I'd rather have Kraft. And Kraft, you're probably going to have to take in the 6th round. Laporta, you could sometimes wait till the 7th round. Fannin will go in the 7th round too. And Kittle sometimes falls to the 9th. You're standing by. Genty over Chase Brown is wild to me. I mean, normally I do take Chase Brown, but again, in these drafts, if I just take Chase Brown, right, I already have 20% Chase Brown. So 20% of the 50 drafts that I've done, I have taken Chase Brown. If I just keep taking him every single time and he gets hurt, or if he just sucks, I'm going to feel so stupid. What's up, Daddy Nick? How you doing, man? We did a random draft order for my friends league, 12-man. I got the 102. We draft this Saturday. Best of luck, Arizona. I like that. Arizona is peak. I like the 102. Chicago has the hardest schedule this year. I can see them having a decent season. They just all eat into each other. Draft Caleb. I mean, I agree with you. I think Caleb's going to be A great quarterback this year. Last season in one of my leagues, I drafted Bijan in round 1, Chase Brown in round 3, and Stole Jason in round 4. No way I can score those three again this season. And my round 2 last season was bdge. I did win my league. I mean, yeah, if you have Chase Brown, who was a stud down the stretch, Bijan, and JSN, who was amazing all season, it'd be hard not to win. You know what I'm saying? These bums over 30 years old all scare me. I mean, the guys that are over 30 are just getting better nowadays. They're staying more healthy. I don't think 30 is the same as it was a couple years ago. I mean, I'm almost 30 years old. Not really. I'm only 27, but I'm pushing 30. I'm pushing 30. All right, so we went Genty, Achan, Jalen Waddle, Luther Burden. We can't get both quarterback stacks here because they have the same bye week, and then it kind of forces me into 3 quarterbacks. So we'll probably just be looking to do a 2 quarterback start here. Now, Roma Dunze he's been dealing with that injury, man, and it does really concern me in like a redraft league taking a Dunze, because if the foot injury is legit, like and with all his hype of Luther Burden, then fading him might be the smart move. But in best ball, when I can get Burden and Rome and then go ahead and draft Caleb later, like I'm just gonna have to do it. I called him the Amon-Ra Ben Johnson's new offense a month ago. Nice to see Ben jump on the train. I think Ben read what you said. And Parker Washington, too. Like, I was talking about this yesterday. Everyone and their mother keeps talking up Parker Washington. Like, today, they said he was unguardable in practice. Like, is this guy Megatron or something? Like, the hype train is off the chain. All right, so we're going to go Rome here. We're going to go with Mr. Dunze, get the double Chi-Town start. And since we took both, do we risk it for the biscuit and hope that Caleb Williams falls, or do we just take him? I think we're going to play the game of waiting and hoping he comes back our way. Now, this might be foolish because the team with Colson Loveland might take him, but I'm willing to take that risk. What kind of a year does Rachaad White have? To be honest with you, I haven't read anything from like the Commanders camp that has clearly outlined who the RB1 is on the Commanders. Like Rachaad White, like the last news from 2 months ago, JCM back in practice. Like, there's just nothing about either one of these guys for me to feel like super strong either way. And that's why, like, in these hero running back video that I posted today, I just took either JCM or Rachaad White in every single mock draft, because if one of those guys ends up being the guy, you'll feel great about them. I do, though, think Rachaad White more than likely will just be in the pass catching role, and JCM will get more of the early down work. And if JCM was to get hurt, Rachaad White could be legitimately insane for fantasy. And if, Rachaad White gets hurt, same thing for JCM. Like, subscribe, and join the Discord. Yes, sir. Make sure you guys are all up in there. Do you think that Dowdle can take the number 1 spot in Pittsburgh from Warren? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if Dowdle's good enough to do that. Now, Dowdle did take the role from Chuba, but I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I just feel like Warren is such a consistent piece inside of this offense. I know it's a different coaching staff. Mike Tomlin's no longer there. So it is entirely possible that we do see Dowdle take the job from Warren, but I think just due to how good at pass catching Warren is, Warren's pretty good in pass protection as well. Rodgers trusts him. So I feel pretty good that Warren keeps being the guy. Starting with Lamb and Puka in a keeper league from the 12th pick, considering trying to move Lamb for a running back in a similar range. Starting wide receiver from the end of the board is tough this year. Thoughts? Yeah, I do agree with you. I would prefer to start wide receiver running back if you can start Puka plus James Cook, Puka plus Saquon, Hampton, Achan, Chase Brown. I'd feel better about it. But I will say that Puka, CeeDee Lamb is still a really good start, considering they both have the upside to be top 3 receivers by the end of the season. And make sure you guys do hit that like button. Caleb did end up going, so we got sniped on Caleb Williams. But it's okay, because guess what? If Luther Burden and Rome Odunze still pop off, everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be A-okay. What I think we're going to probably target here is Trevor Lawrence and Cortland Sutton, and then go Bo Nix later. I think that makes the most sense. Rachaad White has never been efficient. I fully expect JCM to start. Yeah, I just think Rachaad White is the better pass catcher of the two. He's been in the league for longer, and we have seen him produce in fantasy football before. I'm not saying Rachaad White is like this must-draft candidate, but he's just a guy I've been taking late because I think there is upside in catching the passes from Jaden Daniels. Like, if Jaden Daniels and this offense becomes very good, then I think it is very, 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 very possible that the offense is is popping. Like the running backs could be very good. Did someone say Bo Nix? My mind is becoming cooked from fantasy. Me too, man. Me too. I'm so excited for the Hall of Fame game on Thursday. I know that the quarterback scenario there isn't very good, right? It's like Carson Beck, and they're going up against Kenny Pickett, but it will be fun. I mean, it's the first time we've seen football in a while. Do you ever try random stuff on your mock drafts to see how they shake out? That's what you should be doing, I think. Like, if you're mock drafting, you should not just be doing the same exact thing every single time. You should be trying different things. Like, someone commented on my live stream from yesterday, and it's like, starting receiver is a good way to donate your money in your fantasy league. Like, from the ninth pick, I think I did that. And it's like, dude, do people not realize, like, in mock drafts, you can just try out completely different things? Like, doing the same thing every single time is not going to lead to the greatest of success, you know, because then you're going to panic if things don't go your way. So trying out different things every single time is what I always do. All right, we're going to go Trevor here if we can get him. We got Trevor and bdge. I love Trevor Lawrence this season. And then we got to figure out who we're going to go with Trevor. Now, Bo Nix goes much later, so we're not going to have to reach on Bo here. So we're going to go Trevor, and I have a lot of Josh Downs. I really do like Josh Downs this season. 22% Josh Downs. I think Jordan Addison's one of those guys that's better in best ball, and this obviously is a best ball format. Jaden Reed, I always fall for Jaden Reed. I think we're just going to go Jonathan Brooks and get more exposure to him before his ADP really does skyrocket. And what I mean by that is, like, I think by mid-August, like, he's going, I got him in the 8th round here. He might be a 6th round pick, right? People are going to continue to hype him up, and I am hyping him up too, but at some point the price might be too high, and then you kind of have to get out on it, you know? I was the Josh pick for Bowers round 2. I know. Hey, man, I'm in an 8-man league. What round should I draft a quarterback? In an 8-man league, so we talk about this all the time. In a 10-team league, quarterback and tight end are more important. In an 8-team league, it's even more important. I would be fine taking Josh Allen in round 2 of an 8-team league, as crazy as that might sound. Because, again, by the time things come back to you in the 3rd round, there's still great running backs and receivers. Like, Josh Allen is basically a locked and loaded top 3 quarterback by the end of the season. I know not every week will be the best, but he's super reliable, has big rushing upside. I think you are really making a mistake if you don't draft a quarterback earlier on in an 8-team league. And if you don't take him in an 8-team league, if you don't want to go quarterback, I would go tight end early. And again, in the 2nd round. Kenny Lickett. Would you put Henry in the group of good running backs around the 2-3 turn? I would. I got pick 7, and I'm scared that those running backs will go, but Henry will probably be there. Yes, I do like Derrick Henry. I am slightly scared. I said this on yesterday's stream, though, that no one seems to be hating on Henry this year. Every year, it seems like people are just out on Derrick Henry because he's another year older, and they don't believe he could keep up the same production, even though he just always does. But this year, it's been real quiet on that front, quiet on the Western front, right? No one's really talking about how Henry could potentially be a bust, and that does kind of scare me, but I love Derrick Henry this year. He's a perfect pick there in the 2-3 turn. Do you think Chuba will bounce back? If I'm going to be honest with you, I think Chuba's going to be fine, but I think the offense and the coaching staff, Dave Canales, they want Jonathan Brooks to be the guy. It really does seem like that. Now, I could be wrong, and Chuba's the guy for the whole season. I do have some Chuba on Underdog, but I definitely would prefer Jonathan Brooks over Chuba. In a lot of mock drafts, I do. In the later rounds, I've been going with Debo quite a lot. Yes, I like Debo a lot, and I think he'll probably be like a 9th or 10th round pick by the time we actually are drafting. Where do you have Bowers in a 10-team PPR? I'd be fine taking Bowers. Like, realistically, just looking here, I know this is a 12-team draft. Like, if you wanted to take Bowers, obviously this guy took Pickens. Pickens is never going to go there. But if you wanted to take Bowers at, like, pick 16 or 15 in a 10-team league, that's fine with me. Again, it's different in a 12-team league, but in a 10-team league, I think that's fine. Sal loves Tootin, but I don't know if he can handle the workload. I love Tootin as well. It seems like everyone loves Tootin, though. The coaching staff loves him. So, again, I kind of just buy into what the coaching staff is saying. And I was bought into Tootin before. So now it's like even more pushing me that way because of how much the coaching staff is talking about. How's it going, Nick Torres? How you doing, man? Bro, did you watch the Bengals-Dolphins rebuild? Was that like a Madden video? I hope that the Dolphins are able to actually rebuild successfully, man. The Dolphins, it's been so dreadful. I know you're kind of touched on your wide receiver rankings video and first round mock draft video, but would you mind elaborating again why you prefer Puka over Chase at the 103? Yeah, the reason why I prefer Puka over Chase is just because Joe Burrow inherently has more injury risk than Matthew Stafford. And that's really what pushes me more towards Puka. For some people, they prefer Jamar Chase. I love Jamar Chase too. If you want to take Jamar, and this guy took fucking Bo Nix in front of me, absolute fucking dickhead. And if that's what you guys, I am sorry, but that hurts me right in the feels there. I guess I should have taken him before. Now let's go Matthew Golden. So we can backdoor Jordan Love, I guess. That hurts. That hurt real bad. That hurt real bad. So I guess we'll go Jordan Love here. I've drafted a decent amount of Jordan Love. I think Jordan Love's fine. And then I guess we'll go Malik Willis later to get a third quarterback. That sucks so bad. I really wanted the Bo Nix stack. The league with Puka and Lamb is 3 wide receiver, 1 flex. Oh yes, that does change things 100%. Just keep Lamb and Puka. Yeah, it's a Madden video. It was just nice to see the Finns be successful again. That's funny. But yeah, back to N. Lee. Look, if you like Jamar Chase more than Puka, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you, right? It's a difference of 1 pick for me. Jamar Chase is really good too. So is Puka Nacua. They've both been very reliable throughout their career. They're both going to be top 5 receivers, in my opinion, if both their quarterbacks stay healthy and they stay healthy. But again, I just think Joe Burrow, based on what we've seen in his career, more likely to get hurt compared to Matthew Stafford. And that is ultimately what moves the needle slightly towards Puka. Is Drake London worth the 2nd round pick? Yes. Tua is going to be the starter based on everything that I've read. And I know a lot of people don't like Tua, and I'm not going to sit here and defend Tua, right? Why would I do that at this point? But Tua does love targeting his number 1 receiver. We saw it when it was Waddle early on in the career of Tua. He's feeding Waddle. Then it's Tyreek. He's feeding Tyreek. I understand it's a different system. There's no Mike McDaniel, but Drake London is going to get fed the ball. He just got paid to. How big of a reach is acceptable for Jeremiah Love? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like Jeremiah Love this year because I am very worried about the Cardinals being so bad that it doesn't even matter if Jeremiah Love is very good. If you want to reach on him, I'd say the earliest you could reasonably take him without it being like an egregious reach is probably pick like 20 or 21. I'd say if you take him higher than that, you're like reaching way too high. I understand the upside argument for Jeremiah Love. I am just not on the Jeremiah Love bandwagon. Yeah, Drake is worth it in the 2nd round, especially in best ball. Yeah, in redraft too, I love I love Drake London. I feel like Puka can easily outscore Chase too. So do I. So do I. I think it's very easy. And just like it'd be very easy for Jamar Chase to outscore Puka, but they're both the upper echelon of receivers in the NFL. People off of JSN, now that the offense have changed, but the chemistry with Darnold can't deny that. I mean, the reason why I'm quote unquote off of JSN is because I'm 1 pick. Like, I just prefer the safety of Amon Ra compared to JSN, but I'm not off of JSN. But I get why people are nervous, right? Clint Kubiak not being there. Clint Kubiak completely fixed JSN. Now he's the head coach of the Raiders. Would you be comfortable going into the season with Stafford as your starting quarterback? Yes. But I will tell you, I don't think Stafford's throwing, what he threw 46 touchdowns last year. I don't think he's throwing 46 touchdowns again. And he doesn't have much rushing upside. It's fine, but if you're in like a 12-team league, you probably should have a better starter than Matthew Stafford. Like Matthew Stafford's like the perfect QB2 in a super flex or 2 quarterback league. 12-team PPR, pick 1. Gibbs, 2-3 turn. You go running back or receiver or running back, quarterback. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I would not like to start my draft RB from the turn because I feel like you're reaching for the 3rd running back, definitely. Based on how I know a lot of drafts are going to go, when the 3rd round opens and it's like Jeremiah Love or Breece Hall, Javonte, those kind of guys, I think you should just go RB, receiver. I that's my preferred start. I prefer Bijan over Gibbs, but if you like Gibbs better, that's fine. But I like my drafts like how the team from here did it, where they went Gibbs, Rice, Neighbors. I mean, that's the start that I like the best. That is the best spot that I like. I do want to get more Tyler Shuck in these drafts because we don't really have much Tyler Shuck. I wanted to get Malik Willis, but he goes ahead of us. I mean, these are a fine 2. This is like a fine 2 quarterback team, but I would prefer to get a 3rd if someone falls away. So we are going to go Travis Hunter again in your redraft league. Travis Hunter is going to be virtually free. I don't think you will ever know when to start him though, and that's going to be very tough. Whereas in best ball, he will just go into my lineup every couple of weeks when he plays and actually scores a touchdown. But Jake Ferguson's falling. I don't love Jake Ferguson this year. I need to get more Chig before the hype gets too high. Like, there's a lot of positive reports for Chig out of training camp in Washington. Zach Ertz, obviously not there anymore. If he resigns, it's going to completely derail Chig. But I think, again, he's one of those guys that when you keep hearing the drum beat like we're hearing on Chig, his ADP is just going to keep on moving up. And then it'll get to a point where it's like, do we want to draft him ahead of Kelsey? Because, like, I think that's potentially where he's heading, right? Again, when the drum beat gets loud, players move. Now, maybe not in your like ESPN league, right? It doesn't move as quickly, but on here it will. How much bench space do you need to dedicate to lottery players like Corum or Jonah Coleman versus high floor emergency injury replacements like Downs or Wandale? It depends on your starting roster, to be honest with you. Like, if you're starting 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and a flex, I don't think floor players are as important because it's like a smaller starting lineup. Whereas in a deeper type of format where you're starting 3 receivers, 2 flexes, 2 receivers, 2 flexes, something like that, then maybe you want some more safety options. Typically, to be honest with you, my bench is basically always comprised of big upside players, unless early on I took way too many risks. And what I mean by that is, like, if I took Breece Hall, who I think's a huge risk, I might be taking a more safety net running back, like Ramondre Stevenson, right? If I'm more nervous about the players. 10-man super flex. Where in the QB ranking should I take Gibbs, Bijan, Chase over a quarterback in the first round? Usually 8 to 10 quarterbacks taking the first 2 rounds of my league. If you're the number 1 overall pick, I would take Josh Allen number 1 overall. At number 2, I'd probably take Bijan. Superflex is like a completely different beast for every league, right? You just said, what's up, Skilly? You just said that 8 to 10 quarterbacks are usually taken in the first 2 rounds. In that scenario, I'm not getting caught holding the bag. I'm taking a fucking quarterback early. I'm not getting buried. But in my home league last year, that's actually how it was the previous couple years. And last year, it wasn't like that at all. And I drafted quarterback early, and I shouldn't have. But yeah, if you know for sure your league mates are going 8 to 10 quarterbacks in the first 2 rounds, I'm taking a quarterback with one of my first 2 picks. Nico Collins in late second or early third this year. Would Pickens, Olave, or Neighbors be a better pick? I like all of those guys, but I'd rank them Neighbors, Pickens, Olave. Jordan Tyson definitely has some solid hype in New Orleans, and Chris Olave did get paid, though. Chris Olave is very good. He has a great connection with Tyler Shuck, so he's perfectly fine to be taken there. If you prefer Olave over those guys, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you about it. Which keeper would you take in redraft? Genty, Ladd, or K9? If it's just you take one of them and it doesn't matter based on the round you took them, like you're not getting Ladd in round 5 or something, right? Or Kenneth Walker in round 3 or Genty in round 1. If it doesn't matter like that, I would take Genty because I have him ranked the highest. All right. All right. We're about to be back up on the clock. I'm going to keep answering you guys' questions. So if you guys do have questions, please let me know. I do love talking to you guys in the chat. I think we will end up going strange here just to get another Jaguars player linked up with bdge. And then we will get a 3rd tight end later. This is another team where we're going to have to go with Mendoza because I want a 3rd quarterback. I guess we don't technically have to take one. We definitely need more receivers, though. Let's go with Jalen McMillan because we don't have any McMillan. I know he is banged up right now, but the Buccaneers are an exciting enough offense that a guy like McMillan could find the end zone multiple times this season. Definitely want a 3rd tight end. I don't know about a 3rd quarterback, to be honest with you. I do not know if that's how I'm feeling. The Dolphins' projections are low other than Achane, but if they're losing, you think Willis will have to pass to pad the quarterback and tight end numbers? Look, I'm going to be honest with you. In a redraft league, you don't need to draft a single Dolphins player that's not named Achane. Like, I like Greg Dulcich. He's hurt right now. Should be out of camp for the next 2 weeks. But Dulcich is like a fine late round throw if you're in like a really deep league, but in your normal redraft league, you don't have to do anything with the Dolphins outside of Achane. Even Bleak Willis, who I like, unless everyone in your league is drafting 2 quarterbacks, you probably don't need to draft him either. Jason is a bad man. However, if I'm drafting him, I prefer it in best ball. Fair. How far is too far to reach for Neighbors? I would say probably the end of the second round. It's like 22, 23, 24. What's up, man? I'm in a one quarterback league. What is your opinion on drafting a backup quarterback? Should I forego it? Depends. What's up, S-Box? Depends which quarterback you have. And what I mean by that is if you draft like Lamar, there's no way I'm drafting a backup quarterback. Josh Allen, Dak, Burrow, Drake May, Jane Daniels, Caleb Williams, Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert, Dart, Mahomes, Purdy. Now, if you're in the range of like you're taking Kyler, then I'd probably go Kyler and Goff or Kyler and Stafford or Kyler and Baker, Kyler and Love, something, right? So you have an alternative. But if you're taking one of the higher ranked quarterbacks, you don't need to. Can we do a sleeper before the second underdog? Maybe. Maybe. Strategy for Superflex Auction League. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know shit about auction leagues. Like, I don't know how that would even work in Superflex. Obviously, I know how it would work, but I assume the quarterback value is through the roof, and I want one of the top 10 quarterbacks at minimum on your team. Like, I'd feel bad if I didn't have one of those. Is the lad hype this year deserved 100% because of Mike McDaniel? I don't think you even have to reach for him. I think he's pretty clearly like a early fourth or late third round pick. I lose circle jerks on purpose. It makes the cookie extra soggy. That's crazy, bro. Discussion at work was set at how long to set the timer for our draft. Majority said 90 seconds, but I think 1 minute is adequate. Depends on how new your league members are and how locked in they are. I agree. I think 1 minute's enough, but I'm going to be honest with you. Most people probably that aren't super locked into fantasy, they need the minute and 30 seconds. So while I do agree with you, I think 1 minute 30 is pretty normal. I think if you do anything over like 2 minutes to me is way too long. Like a minute or a minute and a half is fair. Like these drafts I'm doing on Underdog are 20-second pick times. I understand 20 seconds is too quick for a redraft league, but I'm going to be real. Like 2 minutes is way too long. So a minute or 90 seconds is fair. What do you think? Who do I think the best kicker in the league is? Probably Aubrey. I mean, I don't even think that's a hot take. Like Aubrey or Dicker the kicker, I think are the best. In the third round between Lad and Luther Burden, who are you selecting? Gun to the head, I think I take Lad. The Buster Boy guys, like 80% of the drafts I do. Well, he has one of those badges where it's diamond, so he does a lot of drafts. He does a lot of drafts, or she, even if it's the Buster Boys, maybe it's the Buster Girls draft, and you don't know. You don't know. So we need another tight end for sure, and we need more receivers on this team. I don't think I'm going to end up taking another quarterback just at this point, even though I don't love Trevor Lawrence and Jordan Love like as my only two quarterbacks in a best ball league. I think that's kind of how this draft is going to fall. Like TJ Hawkinson should bounce back realistically, but like Kyler's allergic to throwing the ball to tight ends, if you guys remember. Gunnar Helm's been getting some hype. Terrence Ferguson. Let's go Gunnar Helm. There's just less mouths to feed in Tennessee. And then we are going to go, we need more receivers on this team. Feel pretty good about the running backs we have. We do want more running backs later, though. Let's go Jadon Blue, though, before he gets taken. I think that the team's going to look to use him more this season. I mean, it seemed like he just had a bad attitude last year, according to the coaching staff. One second. Google Sheets. Share. You could also just make a copy. All right. How high would be too much for a reach on Hurts? My league mates know I'm an Eagles fan and I want to get him. I mean, if you really want him, I'd say the 5th round. The best kicker in the league is Luther Burden. That's true. From the 18 to 23 area, which running back do you love the most out of Hampton, Barkley, Henry, Brown, K9, Jacobs, Hampton, or Barkley? By far the best. I actually just saw the Dav fake news media that Parker Washington is going to be the best kicker in the league. You should do a 12-team half PPR roster mock in ESPN. If you guys want me to do one on ESPN, I guess I can do that. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even know what my ESPN login is. ESPN fantasy. I guess we'll figure that out after the stream, but I will do that because you super chatted. Problem with the ESPN mark is you can't post the link and get in. Yeah, that is true, but if I tell you guys we're joining one, I think you guys can all get in. I think that's how it works. At least that's how it used to work back in the day. Let me see. Am I logged in? Home. I'm gonna try to figure out. I'll figure out how to do this actually when we're done with the mock. When we are done with this, or we're done with this draft. All right, like, subscribe, and join the Notorious Discord. Stats, metrics, advice, chat to other fans. Yes, make sure you guys are on the Discord. I read that too, Spock. No, I'm not scared of the ESPN fantasy app. You think JSN gonna be nice again? Yeah, I think it'll be good. We doing one more puppy though? Probably after. Did we start yet? I mean, we're in a draft right now, but if we do the ESPN draft, we can do that, and then we'll do another best ball draft. Okay. How the fuck do you do a mock draft on here? Because I'm not in any ESPN fantasy leagues. Mock draft lobby. Okay. Okay. Oh, shit. My phone fell. My phone fell right off my lap. All right. Okay, we'll figure out how to do this after. Love that, K-Space. I've been trying to convince my commish to switch to Sleeper, but we've been drafting on ESPN for the past 10 years. Yeah, there are money leagues on Discord. Yeah, it's hard to commish people to get people to change. My home league was always on NFL, and the only reason why it's not on NFL anymore is because NFL shut down. Like, there's no NFL fantasy anymore. So even if I wanted to do an NFL fantasy draft, couldn't do it. Could not do it. So we're gonna go another receiver and a running back here. Could go Kayshon Boutte, could go Bateman. And we're just gonna draft Mike Washington because I think he's by far and away the best value running back at this point that's still available. And then for receiver, let's see here. Was it Pat Bryant getting hype? It was. Pat Bryant's been getting hype out of camp. Could go Caleb Douglas. And just hope that maybe he works out for Miami. Maybe he works out as our last receiver. We already had Waddle, Burden, Rome, bdge, Golden. Some guys I feel good about. That is true. I forgot to say to make it redraft too, if possible. Appreciate you, Nick. No problem. Can you do a video doing a 3 receiver, 1 flex league? I will tell you right now, my 2 wide receiver, 2 flex mock drafts, it's the same strategy. But yeah, I probably will do one. Okay. All right, so we're going to recap the team here, and then we're going to go to ESPN. Trevor Lawrence, Jordan Love, Ashton Genty, Devon Achane, Jonathan Brooks, Jaden Blue, Mike Washington, Jalen Waddle, Luther Burden, Rome Odunze, btj, Matthew Golden, Travis Hunter, Jalen McMillan, Caleb Douglas, Chega Konkuwu, Brenton Strange, and Gutter Helm. I think that is our best puppy team we've done. You want to know why? Because it's the only puppy team that we've done. I feel pretty good about this team. I would have loved to get Bo Nix, though, and I wouldn't have had to take Jordan Love, and I probably would have liked this team even better, but it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let's do an 18-team PPR mock draft. Yes, sir. Remember Flea Flicker? Flea Flicker used to be a website. Maybe it still is one. Okay. So we're going to go over to... Oh, I almost just fucking clicked the wrong button. We are going to go over to ESPN. I'm going to refresh, and we are going to do a mock draft on here. 12-team head-to-head point mock snake half PPR. How the fuck do you find half PPR? Why is this so hard? 12-team. 1 second, actually. I don't know why they make it so hard to do this. All right. We're going to do a 12-team mock out here. I don't want to do a salary cap mock. Why can you not just search on here? This is why ESPN fucking sucks, dude. 12-team head-to-head standard. Do they not even have half PPR? Or standard half PPR? Does anyone know? Because Johnny, do you know? Is standard half PPR? Or is it actually standard? Who does this, bro? Who created this website? We'll do a sleeper one after this. ESPN is the worst practice to drop drafts with friends. Standard is non-PPR. Okay. Okay. So you know what I'm gonna do, Johnny? The next mock draft that I do, you can filtered. Okay. Where can you filter? We'll just do this quickly and then we'll do a sleeper one. Okay. So let's just do a 12 team PPR mock that starts at 3 minutes. You guys can join. Okay. Team Notorious. And then we'll do a sleeper one, I guess. And then we'll do a puppy. Team Notorious. Boom. Let's see how this goes over on fucking ESPN. And we are, just so you know, based on how difficult that was to get in, we are never doing this again. But it is going to be interesting to see how this works. It's going to be interesting to see how this works. Then we'll do a sleeper one after this. All right. Let's, while we wait, I'm going to try and do something. If you guys got any questions, let me know. And yeah, ESPN is just fucking whack, dude. Okay. Update the E3 drop-down list. All right. So how do you join this? I think it's already full. It's already full. I'll do a sleep one after this so you guys can join. Okay. Okay, update the E3 dropdown list data visualization on E3. I'm trying to fix my thing because my friend told me how to fix it on Excel, and I may genuinely be too dumb to actually figure out how to fix this. E3. This is like probably I may just be too stupid to fix this. Is anyone the mock with Nick? Probably not, if I had to guess. The Lamb Puka League I mentioned is 3 wide receivers. Does that change your answer? Yes, I would stick with Lamb Puka. Okay, where the fuck is E3? Someone? I mean, I would just share my screen, but I have no idea. E3. All right, we're in the mock, though. We'll be in the mock in 18 seconds. All right, the draft is open. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. You can be the same. All right, we're at pick number 2 in this ESPN draft. Is this where a lot of you guys draft? Where's your guys' home league? What website is your guys' home league on? Let me know. What website do you do for your home league? Do you do fantasy players all defense players instead of an offense? On defense, I just do the defensive position. I don't like IDP. Do you think the Dolphins will be good this year? No. Your guys' league is on ESPN. Okay. Interesting. Sleeper, ESPN, Sleeper, Yahoo, Sleeper and Yahoo, Sleeper clears. Interesting. I think ESPN got lapped by Sleeper. Like I think ESPN was by far the most popular, and now I think Sleeper is. Sleeper or Yahoo have to be the most popular now. Oh shit, I just dropped my phone. Was CBS switched to Sleeper 2 years ago? CBS, I tried to do. Holy shit. I tried to do a CBS mock draft a few years ago, and that was so bad. And again, nothing against the guys that work there, but man, oh man, is that dreadful. All right, we're up to pick. We're going Bijan. So So there is a draft board. Okay, so you guys can look at the draft board, but of course it's not even zoomed out. There we go. ABC. The ESPN UI is miserable to use. I agree. Tucker Craft ADP at 100 and ESPN at K9 is the third rounder. Keep it in mind. All right, let's actually look at that. Let's look at that. So Puka, JSN, Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, Amon-Ra St. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Devon Achane, Justin Jefferson, James Cook. Jeremiah Love is pick 13 in ADP on here. Pick 13. And like Michael said, oh my gosh, what, dude, this is so bad. Wow. Wow. These ADPs are weird. Garrett Wilson, early third, I guess that kind of makes sense. Let's just scroll down. Let's see if there's any crazy values on here. Love sleeper. Only problem is the injury status getting updated. I've crashed out because I need to put someone on IR. You get scammed. That's funny. That is funny. Alec Pierce, 67. Michael Pittman at pick 66. Jordan Tyson, 70. Wow. Travis Hunter, pick 90. What the fuck? Who the hell's taking Travis Hunter at pick 90? Romeo Dobbs, 129. I mean, some of these are normal. That's just crazy to me. And where are like the quarterbacks at on here? Josh Allen, 36. I mean, if Josh Allen's going to pick 36 on here, that's great. That's great. So you don't even have to take him in the first 2 rounds. Tight ends, McBride. Dude, why does every website have McBride over Brock Bowers? That doesn't even make sense. Colson Loveland, 49. Warren right afterwards. The screen is too bright. Yeah, I mean, I like websites with dark mode too. Can we go dark mode on here? Boom. There you guys go. We're in dark mode. We are in dark mode. I have like a thing on my computer that fixes it. All right. Baker Goff, last pick. Hey, Pat, how's your summer? My dad's doing well. I don't know if he's still in here. The screen's too bright. Yeah, I switched that. 12-team PPR, pick 3. I got Gibbs, Hampton, Allen, Ladd, McLaurin. I like that. ESPN randomized their ADP before each draft. Josh Allen at 36 is pretty standard. Basically the same as underdog. Yeah, it's the same as underdog, but here. Fantasy Pros ADP. Let's see here. All right, so on Fantasy Pros, PPR ADP. My computer sounds like it's taken off in a helicopter. Josh Allen. So like conglomerate ADP from ESPN, Yahoo, Sleeper, NFL, he's picked 27. So Kraft at 103 is free. Yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy. I mean, I assume they're gonna update this. Kraft 103, Kittle 102. Is there anything that's like blatantly bad? Like where's Jonathan Brooks? Did I scroll past him? 107. Yeah, ESPN does not have private mock drafts. No website has private mock drafts besides Sleeper. Nick, a man of the people, yes, sir. People need to do player rankings instead of drafting at ADP, but I guess that's what making it fun is a mix of both. Yeah, I mean, I always draft based off my rankings, but you also have to keep ADP in mind because, like, if you're in the third round and you can get, for instance, if you're in the fifth round, you can get your player 52, but player 52 and 53 are both on the board, and player 52 is ranked 70 on the website, then you should just take the other guy and then take the guy ranked higher in the next round because of the value you get with that. Okay. So we start our team off with Bijan. We're in round 2. Josh Jacobs is the highest ranked player. Let's go AJ Brown. That would make the most sense. QJ at 127. Yeah, I mean, some of these ADPs are bad. Okay, what the fuck? All right. We're back up again. Josh Jacobs in the third round feels better, but Brock Bowers at pick 26. I mean, I just can't deny that. I just can't deny that. That's crazy, though, that he's even available in the third round. That's why, this is very interesting, if I'm being honest. This is very, very interesting. Because I guess this is how like probably 1/3 of you guys are drafting on here. Maybe I'll do a poll. I think I did a poll last year and a majority of people were on sleeper, but it wasn't by like a wide margin. I like the Yahoo interface. I don't like the ESPN interface at all. At all. And the fact that I have to go dark mode and there's no option to, oh fuck, I just clicked on that. There's no option to go dark mode and I have to like use a computer thing to do that, like a Chrome extension. Oh man. Anything crazy happened yet? Jameer Gibbs, Bijan, Jamar Chase, JT. JT above McCaffrey and Puka is crazy. JSN, Amon Ra, Achan, Lamb, Genty, Jefferson. James Cook in the second, crazy. O'Marion Hampton, Saquon Barkley, Drake London, Chase Brown, Trey McBride at the 2-6. I mean, man, I don't get that. I don't get that. Kenneth Walker, Derrick Henry, Jeremiah Love, Rashi Rice, AJ Brown, George Pickens, Malik Neighbors, Brock Bowers, Josh Jacobs, Javante, Nico Collins, Devontae Smith, Kyron Williams, Garrett Wilson, Zay Flowers, Cam Scatterboo in the third, Emeka Egbuka, Brees Hall, Chris Olave. I mean, Josh Allen in the fourth is just a straight up steal, even though I don't like taking quarterbacks early. What's up? First year on Sleeper so far. I like it. Yeah. I use Sleeper for Dynasty. This is the first year I've had a multiple redraft leagues on Sleeper. I think QJ and Lad can break 1,000 yards this season potentially. Give QJ a lot of value. I think QJ is going to be one of those guys that's like an amazing flex because he has the upside any given week to score 20 plus points. I'm not sure how reliable he's going to be, but if they don't bring in Keenan Allen, which seems like the reports are that they're not going to bring back Keenan Allen, they're not looking to add any veterans, so like Diggs can't come there. That's great news for Quentin Johnston. Huge news for Quentin Johnston. I'm so torn between Devontae Smith, Zay Flowers, and Burden. I would prefer Burden. All right, we're back up. We got Bowers, we got B-Rob, and we got AJ Brown. Colston Loveland's still available, but we can't take him because we already have a tight end. So let's go T. Higgins here. That makes the most sense. He's my highest ranked player. Can't believe he's available in the 4th round. That's kind of crazy. Think he'd be like more of a 3rd round pick. And then I am going to go, man. I mean, I don't like taking quarterback this early, but it seems like I guess in ESPN they're ranked here, so they're probably going to all go in the 5th round. So if you wanted one, you would have to take one here. Let's go Luther Burden again, dude. Luther Burden is just getting so much hype. Annoying thing about ESPN is that it autos 1 flex and not 2. Yeah, that is kind of annoying. I genuinely prefer the settings to be 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, tight end, 2 flex. And I also prefer not to play with the kicker. Smith easily. I don't like Smith this year, to be honest with you. I think Devontae Smith is basically going to be like what AJ Brown has been, and that's just like so unreliable. Colston, Loveland, Burden, Rome. That's fair. Can draft St. Brown, AJ Brown, and Chase Brown and name your team the Brown Clowns. That's crazy. That is crazy. Loveland is available in round 5, and Lamar is available in round 6. Yes. In some leagues. Burden was injured today. I hope he's good. I didn't read that he was so badly injured. Luther Burden injury. Like, it seems like he's going to be fine based on what I read. Luther Burden got hobbled. I didn't post in the morning. Luther Burden injury. Let's see here. I mean, I Googled Luther Burden injury and nothing's even showing up, but I do agree with you. He did get banged up, but it doesn't seem to be anything serious. All right, let's go back to the board. That team at 5 slot is cooking. Oh, I wonder who it is. Puka, Derrick Henry, Nico. Dude, Nico Collins at the 3-5. Jalen Waddle, Travion Henderson. Well, I guess that's what happens when I take Brock Bowers there instead of Nico Collins, but I wanted to try it. Is double hero RB with T. Higgins, the wide receiver, 1 a disaster? No. I think that's good. I want to get rid of kickers in my main league so bad there's 0 skill involved. I agree. ADP will largely fix itself. I agree with you, but as someone that is drafted on years at NFL, I know for sure that it won't all be fixed. There's still always going to be glaring issues with the ADP of some of these websites that are super exploitable. Super exploitable. So if you guys are only drafting on one website, just look at the ADP of that website a million times before you pick. Nah, 11 and 2 are eating well. Genty, Hampton, Igbuka, Josh Allen, Warren, Parker, Washington. I like that. Chase Brown, Hampton, Genty, full PPR pick 2. I'd go Chase Brown and Genty. But I like all three of those guys. Like, if you can get 2 out of 3 of those guys at the start of your draft, you're feeling pretty good. You're feeling pretty good. All right. Let's go back to the chat function here. I was just blacked out. Okay. All right. All right. We have no quarterback. We don't have a tight end. It's round 6. Does the team behind me have a tight end? Oh, no, we already have a tight end. See, this is the problem. I took Bowers earlier and I forgot. So I almost just took a second tight end for no reason. The running backs available. Dreadful. The receivers. Let's just go Sutton. Let's just get a safety net. Like, in case Luther Burden doesn't work, we have a safety net to play in Cortland Sutton. I do prefer Christian Watson over him. But again, like, these rankings are so bad. Like, why is Cortland Sutton ranked ahead of ahead of Christian Watson? And I guess that's why you should be paying attention to your draft. But obviously, it's the first time I've ever drafted on ESPN in my life, and it's on stream while I'm talking to you guys. Team 4 has 2 Jay Williams. I love that. I have a team called I Shower with the Clothes On. I like that. All right, we still don't have a quarterback, but that's fine. Running backs, we can just wait until later to get our RB. I guess this is no double flex, so we should get a running back 2 here. Let's get Jalen Warren just for like a safe RB2. This is a hero running back team. We're doing hero RB, which is the video we did today. Would you keep Hampton in the 3rd, Judkins in the 12th, or Mecca in the 7th? I personally would keep a Mecca Igbuka in the 7th. I think that's the best value. I want an elite tight end and quarterback in my 10-team PPR at the 2nd pick. So is it Bijan, Bowers, Josh Allen start worth it, and then spam receivers? Yes. I do like that start a ton in a 10-team league. I wish you could enable and disable like this dark mode thing per tab, because now like my StreamYard is in dark mode and it looks so stupid. But I had to turn dark mode on for this draft. Otherwise, you guys would be blinded. You guys would be legally blind. At least the draft board's kind of decent. Kind of decent here. 18 PPR, what's the best strat? The best strat is elite quarterback and tight end. Who's your biggest bust pick this year? Jeremiah Love. Jeremiah Love for sure. Or Kenneth Walker. But I definitely think Kenneth Walker has a better chance to smash than Jeremiah Love, just because of the offense he's in, the coaching staff, the players around him are just so much better than Jeremiah Love. MHJ is the biggest disappointment in recent memory. Yeah, I mean, I do agree, but at the same time, like, if he has he was fine his rookie year. It's just like he couldn't build on it. People don't know how good Jordan Tyson's going to be. Wide receiver 1 finish for sure. I don't think wide receiver 1 finish, but I do think he could finish as like a mid-range wide receiver 2. I have a random 12-team league on Sleeper with 200 join requests on Sleeper currently. Has no one. What do I even do? I have no idea. I have no idea. I didn't even know that you could join request a league. All right. You got any faith in your Finns this year? I got faith that we're going to lose a bunch of games. I mean, I would prefer to feel how I do now compared to how I felt last year, because going into last year, I felt pretty confident that we would make the playoffs. Obviously, that didn't work at all, so I prefer to almost have no hope. And I know that might sound lame, but like, as a fan of the team that has never won a playoff game in my life, like, I'd prefer to just be like, whatever, it is what it is. We'll see what happens, rather than be so hyped and then just get completely let down. So in this scenario where we don't have 2 flexes or 3 receivers, we have to go quarterback. It just makes the most sense. So let's go Caleb here to stack with Burden. You obviously don't need to stack, but when it falls to you, I'm fine with it. Does A-Chain win the rushing title, though? I don't think so, just because so much of his value is from the receiving. Finn's probably playing for Arch. I agree with you. I traded away Loveland in Dynasty today for CJ Stroud, Eli Stowers, and a 2028 first, mainly because I have Ferguson and Kittle until Stowers becomes sick. W or an L? I'm going to be honest, it just all depends on how good CJ Stroud is. Like, if CJ Stroud bounces back, I'm assuming this is a super flex league. Basically, every Dynasty league is a super flex league. That's fine. Like, if CJ Stroud's reliable QB2, which he could be, then that's a W. If CJ Stroud sucks, it's probably an L. And I don't know much about the 2028 class, to be honest with you, so I can't, like, be like, wow, you're an idiot. Wow, you're a genius. But I don't think that's like a clear L, to be honest with you, or a clear W. Eli Stowers, I think, is going to be dust this year, but I think he's going to be good next year. And you already have Ferguson too, and you get the 2028 first on top. So I think that's a pretty fair trade. I wouldn't say you got dusted, like I Speak Fantasy seems to think. How do you feel about the Waddle trade? I did not want to trade Waddle. I wish Waddle was still on the Dolphins, but I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. Dabgod, are you in this draft? And if so, what team are you? Thoughts on Sean Payton basically saying that Waddle will be the next Michael Thomas? I mean, that's very good. But I liked Waddle before that. I knew that was going to happen. Would Diggs going to the Dolphins increase his ADP? I mean, yeah, because his ADP right now is like round 11 or 12, so he should be like a 10th round pick. I think he'll start slow again like last year, but he could have bigger games down the stretch. I mean, as a Dolphins fan, realistically, I think he would be a good add just so that we could see more out of like how good Malik Willis is. Because with the receivers we have, it's gonna be hard to truly tell how good he is because he wasn't really given a fair chance at things. But yeah, it would increase his ADP. BTJ or Michael Wilson, I would prefer BTJ. I could not figure out how to get in yours, even though I tried to end up in a different ESPN PPR mock. Yeah, it's impossible to get us all in here, but it was actually fun to try this because it's so much different than the sleeper mocks. Maybe we'll do a Yahoo mock on one of these, just see how completely different it is, even if you guys can't all get in. I'm all in on Kenneth Walker and Jay Jettas this year. That's fair. I think Eli Stowers is the next best tight end football scene. I think it's possible. I think it is possible. And yeah, we'll do a sleeper one next, and then we'll do an underdog draft to close out the stream. But we're definitely doing 30-second pick clocks for the sleeper mock draft because otherwise we'll be here until 12 in the morning, and ain't nobody got time for that, as they say. Hampton or A-Chain? I prefer A-Chain, but Hampton is safer. All right, we're about to be back up on the clock. We are on the clock here. We still don't have a defense or a kicker. We're just going to keep waiting. Looking at the receivers, Worthy, QJ. I mean, we have to take QJ. We have to take QJ. You should not be able to get QJ in the 10th round. ESPN finally added a board view. I think they had one last year, but I'm not 100% sure. Parker Washington or BTJ, non-best ball. Gun to the head, I'm leaning Parker Washington now. What's your thoughts on Jadarian Price? Is he worth grabbing in the 5th? And would you take him or Travion Henderson? I'd probably lean Travion Henderson, but I do think he's worth a pick. But him and Travion Henderson are in the same boat. And what I mean by that is I think both of those guys are very boom or bust. Like, I could see Travion Henderson. Like, if he gets past Ramondre, he could be a league winner. 100%. But if Ramondre's still there, taking up a lot of space and not being able to get the ball to Travion Henderson, he could be a bust. Like, if George Holani and these other running backs are able to hold Jadarian Price back, that means Jadarian Price sucks. But, like, if Zach Charbonnet comes back early on, it could completely derail Jadarian Price. But I do prefer Travion Henderson. But it's close. And again, my rankings are going to keep changing, like, as we get more news because it's still early August, right? We haven't even seen a preseason game yet. And preseason changes things to see how these players are looking, how often they're in certain sets. How often they're on the field, etc. Why does Travion Henderson year 1 look almost identical to Gibbs? Sounds like a sign. Yeah, I mean, Gibbs was way better, though, his rookie year. Like, Gibbs was startable every single week, whereas Travion Henderson was only startable when Ramondre was hurt. Yes, and make sure you guys are on the Discord. All right. So, I mean, I like our team. Like, I don't think this is a bad team, especially since I came in here. Obviously, I have the fantasy knowledge to have a good draft, but I mean, I didn't have the knowledge of like the ADP. It's very, very different compared to what we're kind of used to. So I would say if you are on ESPN, make sure you do a draft on ESPN because otherwise you're not going to be ready at all for what occurs here. So since we went hero running back, we want to keep hitting the running back position here and try to find that next great RB2. Let's go Keaton Mitchell. It's technically a reach, but Keaton Mitchell is also another guy getting a lot of hype. Would you prefer Barkley A-Chain or Barkley Henry? Barkley A-Chain for sure. We're going to go another running back here. We already have a good quarterback, good tight end. You don't need a backup. Let's go Tank Bigsby here. Can't wait for the GOAT Tugson to win Comeback Player of the Year. Which running back and wide receiver do you think will have a breakout year? I mean, a safe bet for running back is Omarion Hampton, but I think that's like a little too safe almost. But that's the one I'm going to go with. At receiver, Igbuka, but again, that's like too safe. Um, a lot of people say Devontae Smith, but I think Devontae Smith's already broke out. Emeka Igbuka, Lad McConkey, Carnell Tate, Jordan Tyson, Christian Watson. Those would be like the receivers. What are the unsafe picks? Team 5 was kind of the best, though. What are the unsafe picks? Like early on, the guys that I think have the most risk: Jeremiah Love, Kenneth Walker, Brees Hall. I don't know where Brees Hall's at, but Brees Hall. Jamison Williams, Quinshon Judkins, Alec Pierce. That's about and Mike Evans. Why are you so high on Igbuka? I mean, did you watch him last year? That's why I'm high on him. I mean, before that injury, the guy was on top of the world. He gets hurt, he keeps playing, and he's not playing as well. Baker also got hurt. If both those guys stay healthy, the ceiling is incredibly high. And then let's just get Diggs here. He's free because he's ranked 203 on ESPN for some reason. Oh, we have 2 more picks. Fuck, we need a kicker and a defense. Let's go kicker first. Let's go with the GOAT Fairbairn. And we're gonna go defense last. I know a league mate is going to take Hampton at the 111, 201. Is it ridiculous to take him at the 107? Yeah, it is ridiculous because there's like Jonathan Taylor, James Cook up there. Would you be comfortable taking 2 Bears pass catchers, or are you only looking to draft 1? Pairing Caleb would be nice. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine taking 2. Look, I'm fine taking 2 players on the same offense if I think the offense is going to be good. Would I take 2? I've said this a million times. Would I take 2 players on the Jets? No. Would I take 2 players on the Bears? Yes. Would I take 2 players on the Bengals? Yes. Would I take 2 players on the Cowboys? Yes. It all depends on how good you think the offense is going to be. Grade these teams post draft. I mean, the ESPN, the way that this looks, I have to scroll to grade. I'll grade your team, though. I'll grade your team. And if anyone else is in here, let me know and I'll grade your team too. Jetta's wide receiver 1 this year. It's possible. I mean, no matter how bad Kyler is, Justin Jefferson is Justin Jefferson. I mean, he was really terrorized by J.J. McCarthy, but it's normally not that bad. It's normally not that bad. Okay. So we're to grade Gail's team. We're to grade my own team. And we're getting out of here. And we're going to do a sleeper 1. Because Gail went Puka, Derrick Henry. Oh, wait, we're about to pick. We want the Chargers defense if they're available. Did they go? Chargers drafted. Okay, so we'll go to the Jags. The Jags, week 1. Pretty sure they played the Jets, right? Of course, it doesn't show us. But yeah, the Jags have a good week 1 matchup. I posted my ESPN PPR mock just now in the general Discord for grade. Okay, I'll look at it. Bijan, AJ Brown, Brock Bowers, T. Higgins. Okay, we're not looking at it this way. Just go to board. Let's go to Gail's team first. Puka, Derrick Henry, Nico Collins. Oh, actually, we could just look at it over here. What the fuck? Am I blind? There it is. Bo Nix, Derrick Henry, Travion Henderson, Puka Nacua, Nico Collins, Sam Laporta, Jalen Waddle. Chargers defense. He went with the Chargers defense. Cam Little, Jordan Tyson, Josh Downs, Rashad White, Blake Corum, Jalen McMillan, Malik Willis, Terrence Ferguson. I don't think you needed to draft Terrence Ferguson because you have Laporta. You took the Chargers from me, you bastard. I like Cam Little. Your team's pretty good. I like your team a lot. I would have went maybe with a more safer running back for the bench because of Travion, but that's fine. Your team's really good. And then my team, I want Caleb, Bijan, Jalen Warren, AJ Brown, T. Higgins, Brock Bowers with the Burning Jaguars, Fairbairn, Sutton, Brooks, Quentin Johnston, Jordan Mason, Keith Mitchell, Bigsby, Diggs. I love this team. I mean, ESPN is just so exploitable with their ADP. I do think I like my team slightly better than Gale's, but Gale's team is also very good. Oh, I could have clicked just roster view like this too. Okay. Thank you guys for joining over on ESPN. Okay, we're going to do a sleeper mock draft now. And I'm going to turn off just have instead. I'm going to turn off the dark mode because the dark mode filter is just really messing with me. Okay. All right, I'm going to send the link in the chat. This is going to be, I'm going to change the name of the draft. So this is just going to be 12-team PPR mock draft. 1 quarterback, 2 running backs. We're going to remove the defense because we don't need to be mocking defenses. And we're going to do 30-second pick timer. We're going to have to go quick because we're not going to be able to fill all this in if we go super fast, or if we don't go super fast. So remove the defense. That looks good. Okay. I'm going to pick at 8, but I'm going to random it. I'm going to random all of our picks. So I'm going to send the link in here now, and I'm going to look at Dab God's team on Discord. Make sure you guys join the draft. I'm going to random everyone's position, though. Okay. Dab God went Caleb, Chase Brown, Kyron, Jamar Chase, Waddle, Bowers, Tootin, Lions. Your team is great, Dab God. You cooked right there. Dab God was cooking. Dab God was cooking. Make sure you guys get in the draft. Oh, it's already full. Okay. So I'm gonna randomize you guys. I'm gonna click random like 3 different times. 1, 2, 3. And we're drafting like this. I'm at the 12 hole, of course, right? Couldn't get the number 1 pick. I'm at 12. I'm at 12, of course. All right, I'll put myself at the bottom so you guys can see. Bottom right, and then we'll remove the chat here. Okay. Yo, if Travion hits, though, yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you. Oh, Kevin texted me. All right, we're at pick 12. Probably going to go receiver. Are you doing a second? If I had to guess, no, because I want to do another underdog draft after this. Or I might just go to bed. I don't know. Jefferson's still available. Man. Man, oh man. Jefferson's really tough. Really tough this year. Like, I could see Jefferson being a complete bust, but he's so good. He's so, so good. Let's just go RB, though. We're going to go Saquon, Chase Brown this time. I just love the RB at the back. JT at the 108. Hallelujah. 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 First round, pretty normal so far. Like, none of you guys are egregiously reaching. None of you guys are egregiously reaching on anyone yet. It's very interesting to see. Like, I know a lot of you guys seem to like Jamar Chase at like 2 or 1. Like, I wonder if there's going to be like some statistics out there where we could see how often that actually happens. How frequently that really happens in real drafts. Bowers at the 2-5. Interesting. Now, again, with your guys drafting with me, I feel like the quarterbacks always just go later. And now that I say that, someone might just take Josh Allen because it's funny. But I think Josh Allen, his ranking on here is 30. I bet you he goes past pick 30. Where's pick 30? Right here, the 3.6. If I had to guess, he's going to go past here. Now, obviously, since I said that, he'll go quicker. But NFL preseason begins August 13th. The first preseason game is Thursday. But that's just the Hall of Fame. Data protected sheets on the right, it should show the protected data range. Okay, data. Oh, fuck it. Remove his thing. Protected sheets on the right, it should show the protected range. You can remove now. Okay. Data. All right, I'm just fixing my rankings, by the way. That's what I'm doing. Okay, wait. I'm about to be up. I've been dancing on my own. Okay, I'm up. Let's go. Josh Allen did fall, like I said. Let's go. RB. Let's go. Tight ends are gone. Josh Allen is still here. So I want to see what happens if I draft Josh Allen. So we're going to go Josh Allen. And then we are going to go. This time we'll go Lad. We'll see how I like it with a quarterback. We will see how I like it with a quarterback. Okay. Yeah, me and Kevin are trying to fix the fucking rankings. I guess I could just screen I could just screen share it on Discord maybe while we're streaming. I have to throw my headphones on though. Um, but I did give you permission to change the thing, so you can actually change it. Or I can just send you the link to this, and you can just talk me through it while we're live. You can join the stream if you want. Superflex, please. We will do a Superflex mock because we're gonna do a Superflex. Oh, you need. Okay, okay. We can do a Superflex um draft video. All right, I'm just gonna join Discord. I think that's probably the easiest, so that I can share the other screens so that everyone else watching can still see the draft. Just join the movie one. And I'll share my screen. Yeah. All right. No, they can't hear you. Actually, they may be able to hear you. I don't know. 0.3 going wild. He's doing the anti-Nick strategy. Yeah, he is. He is. He is. I muted the thing, so they won't be able to hear you. Okay, so let me share my screen. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to fix my rankings so you guys can see them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Can you see anything or no? God damn it. It's because I'm sharing my screen on fucking on stream. Okay. Superflex mock. Yeah, I'm going to do a Superflex mock on a video. Okay. You know what? Um. hmm. Okay, let me try something. I'm gonna pull up an incognito tab and log in that way, and we'll try it that way. All right. So I went Saquon, Chase Brown, Josh Allen, Lab McConkey. I think we have to go receiver here. I'm not drafting Tucker Craft here at this pick. So I'm gonna go Christian Watson, and then man, I let's go Jordan Tyson. Let's go Jordan Tyson. And like I said before, guys, no one takes quarterbacks in these drafts. Like no one does every single time. Okay, I'm gonna go incognito, and then maybe I'll be able to share that. Fellow Jordan Tyson truther. Yeah, I love Jordan Tyson. Change stream. Oh wait, what if I just do entire screen? Then maybe you can see it actually. That's the wrong screen though. All right, can you see it or now? Okay, right here. Oh, I see what you're saying now. There we go. Wait, can you edit the? Did you fix the buy thing or no? Yes. Okay. Yes, it does. It does. Yeah. Yeah. Except for right here, do you see like Trevor Lawrence is fucked up for some reason? Oh, it's because Jax and it's probably JAX, right? Yeah. Fellow Jordan Tyson truth. I'm sorry, guys. I'm talking to my friend. He's fixing the rankings so that all you guys can get them. Now Rocky clearly needs something else other than an RB. Okay. All right. Peace. Thank you. Bye. All right. We are back. Sorry, guys. I was just fixing my rankings and we had to talk through it because I'm too fucking stupid to know how to use Excel. So I'm going to show you guys what the rankings look like right now. And then you guys will be able to get these on Patreon. This is the PPR cheat sheet. Actually, I'll show it to you once Kevin's done fixing it all. But sorry about that. We're now locked in. Don't worry about it. RBs, we have the meats. Team 7 looks really good. Wow. Are you Team 7? All right, so we have Barkley, Chase Brown, Josh Allen, Lad McConkey, Christian Watson, Jordan Tyson. This feels good. Nick, what is your shirt? It's a shirt of Conor McGregor's mugshot. Here, I'll go full screen. I've had this shirt for a while. All right, back to the draft. Boom. Okay. I like my team so far. I like my team. I don't think this is the best team we've drafted because, again, I wanted to see what happens with Josh Allen. Like, if you take Josh Allen early, what does the team look like? Because, again, every time I do it, it looks wrong. Yeah, I should get a Romo mugshot shirt. That would be fire. That would be fire. I don't know if you guys watch the league, but I think I'm gonna buy for my draft the shirt that I think Pete wears it in the first ever episode. It says I shaved my balls for this, and it's like for the draft. And I'm gonna probably rock that to my fancy draft. All right. So we still don't have a tight end. Laporta went, so like, I mean, we could take Fannin here. It's a falling value on Fannin. It's pick 84. He goes at 60. I'm fine with that. I'm really excited about who Fannin is, like the player. It's hard though ever to be 100% confident in the Cleveland Browns. And then looking at running backs, like none of these guys are calling my name, so it just screams to go receiver again. And we could either go Michael Pittman, we could go Josh Downs. I mean, we always take Josh Downs. I feel like we always take these guys. So you know what I'll do? Since I don't like Chris Godwin, we'll take him on one team because if Chris Godwin is able to go back to being the Chris Godwin that we're used to, then that's a big steal in the 8th round. Now, I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's another year older, and I just don't think he's going to live up to the price. But he is my wide receiver 4. I'm going to take other upside shots. And, you know, if that ends up being true again, like I always say this, like I do fade players. Like I'm very comfortable. If I was doing 4 fantasy drafts this season, I would have 0 Chris Godwin, right? In my home leagues. But when I do a million of these mocks, a million drafts, you want to get some guys that you might not necessarily like because if you just completely, like if I just completely never click Godwin and Godwin's the wide receiver 15 and you can get him in the 8th round, I'm going to feel incredibly stupid that I didn't draft him. This is the first draft in a while where Bowers just went ahead of McBride. Like if I don't take Bowers, it seems like McBride always goes ahead of Bowers for some strange reason. So let's look at things here. I do like my team though. The one hole went Jahmyr Gibbs, Nico Collins, Malik Neighbors, Devontae Adams, Travis Etienne, Cortland Sutton, Jaden Daniels. That's a very good start. Etienne in the 5th is nice, man. I just don't like Etienne like the 3rd. I think Dabs following your footsteps from yesterday. Team 2 goes Bijan, Trey McBride, George Pickens, Terry McLaurin, Mike Evans, DK Metcalf. RJ Harvey. I don't love RJ Harvey in the 7th round. There is some pessimism on RJ Harvey, but I don't know. But I do like the rest of the team. Jamar Chase, Rashi Rice, Chris Olave, Colson Loveland, Bucky, Jaden. I mean, Bucky in the 5th, you got to take him. Jalen Warren, J.K. Dobbins, Caleb Williams. I like this start a lot. This team is Skilly. Skilly's getting real spicy here. Again, I've told you guys a million times I'm off of Drake May, but if you're getting Drake May in the 6th round, count me in, you know. It's more of just like when people are taking Drake May in the fourth round or the fifth round, and this is the late sixth. I just don't get that. Going Rocky is just going just straight up draft all the players Nick hates. That's what he did. He said, "Fuck what Nick thinks. I'm doing whatever I want." I respect that. Can you rank Laporta, Kraft, Pitts, Fannin? I'd go Kraft, Laporta, Fannin, Pitts. Amon-Ra St. Brown, AJ Brown, the double Brown start. People love that. People love to draft AJ Brown and Amon-Ra St. Brown on the same team, but I think it's just because they normally fall so perfectly. Like AJ Brown typically gets drafted after all the running backs you really want get drafted. So you're just able to, if you start with Amon-Ra in the 5 or the 6 hole, typically get AJ Brown. Kyron, Tootin, Swift, Laporta, Quentin Johnston, and Jonathan Brooks. Dab God is cooking here. JSN, Derrick Henry, Javonte Williams from Team 7, Luther Burden, Tyler Warren, Jalen Hurts, Ramondre, and Wandale. I like that a lot. Is Gadsden really going to be the tight end one over Njoku? Yes, he is. But I will tell you right now, I watched a video of Mike McDaniel talking, and he did not mention Gadsden a single time. He mentioned everyone, but didn't mention Gadsden, and that's starting to make me nervous about Gadsden. The St. Brown Bros. James Cook, Ashton Genty, T. Higgins, Zay Flowers, Javonte Williams, Roma Dunze, Blake Corum, Kyle Pitts. That's a good team. Jonathan Taylor, Brock Bowers, Igbuka, Garrett Wilson, Travion Henderson, Jadarian Price, Alec Pierce, Michael Pittman. Are you a Colts fan, Mr. Gale? A lot of Colts. I mean, that's a little risky this year to go pretty heavy on the Colts. Obviously, Pittman's not on the Colts. I know that, but 2 guys on the Colts. Daniel Jones coming off the injury. It's a little spicy. It's a little spicy. I get it, though. Yeah, like, I don't know why Gadsden's going this high. Like, why is Gadsden being drafted? We bleed blue ahead of, Goddard or any of these guys. I don't get that. All right, we're back up. We need running backs. Just kidding. We have Chase Brown and Saquon Barkley. So we just need more receivers. More receivers. We don't need a quarterback or a tight end. We need receivers. We're going to go Diggs. And we want upside guys because we took Godwin, who's super safe. Let's go. I feel like we're reaching hard if we take some of these guys. Let's go Jaden Higgins. Jaden Higgins feels good for the beginning of the year. I just think when Tank Bedell's back, he might have no value. We bleed blue. 2 guys without a quarterback around 10. I actually don't think that's that wild at all, to be honest with you. But in some leagues, like, if you don't take a quarterback by round 10, other people are going to be taking 2 quarterbacks, and then you're just pushed out of it. Let's see. We got a emoji of a person. Then we got a steak. Then we got maybe the moon or a rock. And then a cross. Figure out the player. It's going to be so obvious, too, once you say it. I have no idea. I'm never good at any of that stuff. Like, when it's like, guess these emojis for this movie, and I can never figure it out, and it's like the most obvious thing ever. Did Mike McDaniel use tight ends on the Dolphins? Yeah. Janu Smith, amazing year, 2024. Darren Waller, he resurrected from retirement last year. So, yeah, he does use tight ends. So, yeah. Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's so stupid. Obviously, it's the fucking... Hey, man, Raw St. Brown, dude. See, again, that's what I just said. I said, I'm not going to be able to figure out, and it's going to be so obvious. And 2 people got it, right? Like, it was obvious. But to be honest with you, because that looks like fucking Patrick's house, you know what I'm talking about from SpongeBob, where he lives under a rock? That does not look like a sun. It looks like Patrick's house. Brock Purdy in the 10th is wild. I agree. It is wild. It's great value. It's a great value. Who else doesn't have a quarterback, though? Does everyone have one now? Hurts does not have a quarterback. Yeah, just Hurts right now. Doesn't have a quarterback. Going to be interesting to see who he goes with. Like, at this point, when you get to... Oh, no, Dak's still available. Never mind. Dak is still available, so you don't have to go 2 quarterbacks. Very, very interesting. Okay. Your body's moving. All right. I'm gonna show you guys what the rankings look like. By the way, I'm gonna put them on Patreon tonight, and I'm gonna email them out to everyone that bought the or signed up for Underdog. But I'll show you guys what they look like. I don't know if they're officially done yet because Kevin is still in there working on it. But this is what the draft sheet looks like. This is the positional draft sheet. All the positions ranked in tiers with their bye weeks, their team name. Then there is the overall sheet, which is my top 160. And then we have here. Wait, is it my pick? It's about to be my pick, so we'll go back and I'll show that in a second. We're back up on the clock here. Okay, let's go. We need some more running backs at some point. I mean, we only have 2. Let's go C-Rod in case Byshal Tootin doesn't work. Got to get one team with C-Rod. And then we're just going to reach like crazy and take... Oh, wait, this won't take him. This won't take Keaton Mitchell. Keaton Mitchell is gone. Let's go Dylan Sampson. Okay. Share this tab. Okay, and then this is... I think Kevin's messing with it right now, so I'm not going to click on it. But this tab, the tiered sheet, you can change the platform based on the ones that I have on here, and it will tell you how good of a value it is versus my rankings. And yes, I will have a half PPR one. There's going to be a PPR sheet and a half PPR sheet, so it's going to have my tier sheet of my rankings, and then it'll have my top 160, and then it has this too. That is what we were looking at there. That is what we were looking at for the draft guide this year. Now, I used to do like write-ups on players and stuff, but that just took so long, to be honest with you, and like I don't think very many people read it. I would love to one day get like a full website going where it wouldn't just be like a draft sheet, but I do think the sheets that I have are good and they're printable, so very useful in my opinion. I draft off of my own draft sheet. Every draft that I'm in, I bring my own sheet. And a couple of my friends bring the sheet too. It makes it tough. Knew someone would take Dak after you said it. Yeah, someone had to take Dak. Yes, make sure you guys are in the Discord. Get Kev to set that. No, Kev's got everything set up. He's got it. Great value on Fan and Purdy. Yeah. He fixes everything. He's like Bob the Builder. I just make the rankings. He fixes everything that gets messed up. He is intern number 1. I got 2 interns. They're unpaid, but it's him and my friend Mike. They work on the draft sheets, the Excel tables that I have no idea how to fix. Like he sent me how to fix it, and I could not figure it out at all because you have to like adjust permissions and everything. Like I don't know. Not everyone will get the Bob reference. The Bob. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even was I talking about SpongeBob earlier? Is that what we're talking about? I feel pretty good about this team, though. I will note I should not have taken Chris Godwin and actually taken someone that I liked, but I would like the team a lot better. Bob the Builder. Yeah, dude, I love Bob the Builder. Shout out Handy Mandy, too. Bob the Builder. Can he fix it? All right, so this is our full team here. I forgot I was covering up the screen. Loveland or Warren? Loveland for sure. Loveland for sure. Loveland for sure. All right, I think after this, since people have asked, I think we're just going to do a 10-team sleeper draft. Because that'll go way quicker with 10 teams. 10-team sleeper mock. Fannin could be interesting on his own year. If I recall, he broke some receiving records in college. I mean, yeah, Fannin's a beast. Fannin was a beast in college. Fannin college stats. From Bowling Green. He had 180 receptions, 2,395 receiving yards, and 22 touchdowns total. His historic junior year set FBS single season records for receptions and receiving yards. That dude's a beast. That dude is a fucking beast. He is a beast. All right, we're back up. We are back. Back again. You still doing the underdog puppy? Maybe. Maybe. I'm going to be honest with you. I might just do like a 10-team mock on here and then get out of here. If you guys, do you guys prefer the sleeper draft or the underdog draft? Let me know. go Trey Tucker. Addison, Downs, or Reed? I'd prefer Downs by a mile. By a mile. By a quarter mile. You guys prefer the sleeper draft? Okay, sleeper. Okay. 1081. That's funny. That's funny. Okay, so we'll do a sleeper one. Sleeper. We're gonna do a 10-team draft this time because I want to see how different it is. 2 people said underdog. 3 people said sleeper. Okay, we'll just do a sleeper one, and then if I'm feeling it, Mr. Krabs, we'll do an underdog one after, but I won't guarantee it because it is getting late. We're gonna do a 10-team one on sleeper, so it will go quicker. Okay, I'm gonna send the link in the chat now. It's a 10-team mock draft, a little bit different. I'm gonna random everyone's pick, so I'll just pick one and then change it. All right. All right. All right. We're in here. So we're just going to hit draft settings. I'm going to random it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And we're starting the draft like this. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Step inside the room. All right. All right, we're up. We're going to go chase. Could have went Puka too. I don't really care at this point. Like, I technically do have Puka ranked higher, but I'll go chase that time. Baby. All right. I have a feeling the 107 will be the best team. Could be. Could you quickly go over the other drafts teams? Yeah, I will in a second. I'm just trying to figure something out. Okay, yeah, we'll go over the other team after in a few minutes. I'm just making sure all the stuff for the draft guide is fixed. Okay, so we went Gibbs, Bijan. I went Chase over Puka again. I do prefer Puka, but sometimes you got to go with Jamar Chase, right? Puka, Amon Ra, Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, JSN, Achan, CeeDee Lamb, James Cook, Saquon Barkley, O'Marion Hampton, Ashton Genty, Chase Brown, and Justin Jefferson. 10-team meat market. I mean, 10 teams are so much. It's such a different draft. So it's like a different strategy of way you look at things. Because tight end and quarterback are just so much more important. So we're gonna take Bowers here. I mean, I just think that's free in a 10-team draft with the tight end position being so much more important. I think that was the smart pick there. Now the question is, in like a 10-team league, how much do we like going quarterback and tight end? I think that would be more of like an 8-team thing. But it's like even more important because in 10-team leagues, like everyone's gonna have juiced running backs, juiced receivers, but you still want to have the good running backs and receivers, right? So if we go quarterback in the 3rd round, I might not like the team that much. I like 10 teams. I like 10-team drafts too. I like it's just so much different. Like it's a different vibe. So the running backs, Jeremiah Love, Kenneth Walker, Josh Jacobs, Kyron Williams at receiver, Pickens still available, Nico, Olave, T. Higgins. We already got Bowers. I don't really want to go Jacobs at this point. Fuck it. Let's go Josh Allen. Let's see how we can figure it out without a running back through 3 rounds. I mean, do I love that? No. But I do think it's worth the experiment. See if I like it. So I can, advise you guys on if I should do it or if you should do it or not. In an 8-team league, I think it is 100% advisable to do, but in a 10-team league, I'm not too sure. So we're going to try it out. We are going to try it out. Because I think, like, you could argue to take Josh Allen at the 2-8 where I took Bowers. Guess you're Josh. I'm not joshing around. I'm being serious. We're trying to figure out what the fuck. And you said joshing around because Josh Allen, I know, but I'm trying to figure out if this is going to work or not, if I'm going to like it or not. That's the point of mock drafts, is to figure out if you like it or not, what you're doing, if you're trying a different strategy. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. JT Genty, nice like that. .09 needs a new splash of color. Facts. That's why they went receiver. That's why I went receiver. And sorry that we went like fucking deaf for a second there. I'm just trying to get this all figured out. Again, I don't know if we're going to be streaming tomorrow. I'd probably give it a low chance of streaming tomorrow, but I will let you guys know in the Discord. What was your best year of fantasy underdog or redraft wise? I don't know the exact year. A few years ago, I won, I think, 3 out of 5 of my leagues. Best year on underdog was last year by far. Best year just overall betting and everything was, I think, 2023 was my best year. Two guys going hero wide receiver is feasible. Well, if you're taking the off day tomorrow, I'll do the same. Well, there'll still be a video tomorrow, it just won't be a stream. Okay, so now we just have to hammer running back because our running backs are going to be disgusting. Going to be disgusting if we don't. Okay, we actually low-key might just go receiver here anyways because there's just so much more value at receiver. So much more value. Let's go Tet this time. I mean, I don't love Tet as like a league winner type, like just because of Bryce Young. But if Bryce Young is better than I'm giving him any credit for, Tet has all the ability to be a league winner. It just is on Bryce Young. Igbuka or Burden in the 4th. I would prefer Igbuka, to be honest with you. I almost want Igbuka there because I almost prefer him. All right. All right, all right, all right. Scatterboo goes. Fuck, that's who I was gonna pick. I think I might have hovered too long on Scatterboo because I was gonna go Scatterboo here. Man, Brees is still available. It's pick 43. It's 10 picks past ADP. Let's just go with the more risky option. Let's just go Brees here. You know what? We have the quarterback that's going to be great. We have a tight end that's going to be great. We have Jamar Chase. Might as well take a risk on my RB1 in this scenario, especially because more than likely we're just going to start hammering receivers and go hero RB with this team. Good thing I grabbed him. All right, all right, all right. All right, all right, all right. Okay. All right, we do have to recap the other draft, which I have not done yet. If you guys still want that, let me know and I'll do it. Javonte gone, bummer. The tier's running out. Yeah. It's so tough to really. I mean, I'm just so on to Javonte Williams that like I feel like he's just going to go higher in our drafts. I think we're forgetting how good Brees was rookie season before he got injured. I mean, I'm not forgetting. I'm just remembering how bad Geno Smith was last year. And I'm remembering how bad Breece Hall has been over the last couple of years with poor quarterback play. And if Geno Smith is not better than I think he's going to be, I think Breece Hall's fucked. But if he's better than I think he's going to be, then yeah, I mean, I could be wrong, but I think Geno's going to be really bad. Feels bad, man. Man. I do like my team a lot, though. It's just going to be weird. It's so weird to not have a running back through the first 3 rounds where you already have a quarterback and a tight end. If you don't mind a quick run through, I like hearing your take. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. All right. Once we make our 2 picks, I'll do it. I will do it. And this is definitely going to be our last draft because it's going to be past 11, and I just want to go to bed. I don't need to be up until like 12. I have stuff that I got to do tomorrow. And also after this, I have to update all the rankings and post them. So, all right. Appreciate it. No problem. No problem. Appreciate you guys stopping by the stream. By the way, it means a ton. Again, sorry that the stream got derailed for like 5 minutes while I was trying to fix the rankings. But if I didn't fix it, like it probably would not have gotten fixed until tomorrow. So, and I want to get the rankings up for you guys. Yeah, on Breece, yeah, I agree. I like the value on Breece in the 5th round. I mean, I don't love Breece Hall. Like I've made that very clear, but at some point, you just have to be stop being so stuck in your ways, in fantasy. And like if a guy falls, you just take him. We got 56 people in the stream. I'm greatly appreciative of all of you guys. Make sure you guys do hit that like button. All right. All right, all right, all right. I honestly don't know if we're going to go running back or receiver here. Honestly don't know. Obviously, we don't have to take a quarterback or a tight end again in this draft, so we can just hammer running back. 7 non-quarterback rosters. Nick called it. Guys are taking their quarterbacks late. Yeah, people take quarterbacks late in these mocks with us. Now, in your guys' home league, that might not be the case, but I think the sharp move is to just wait on quarterback. I feel like it's always been that way. We'll go Watson. I think that's always how more experienced fantasy players draft. And the people that are newer will always pull the trigger on quarterback earlier. Now, I know we pulled the quarterback in the 3rd round, but it's because it's a 10-team league, and I think the quarterback position is more important. But once you get past like Josh Allen, Lamar, it's like, my quarterback 3 is Jalen Hurts, right? And Jalen Hurts is still available. So if I did not draft Allen, I was probably going to wait to draft Jalen Hurts. I was going to wait for Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts goes in the 6th, right after I say that, at the 6'10". 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams now have a quarterback. The whole middle of the draft without a quarterback, but the whole outside has a quarterback. Tight ends have been going pretty quickly too. I think honestly at this point though is where it's almost like, I guess I do like Tucker Kraft and Laporta, but it feels like a real tier down after who's went. Okay, yeah, let's just keep punting running back for our RB2, and let's just keep drafting receivers. Keep on drafting receivers. We haven't gone JMO a single time, and like I do want to get JMO like once on a team, but I already took some risks here, so I don't want to do that because we already took Breeze. Let's go BTJ. Let's go BTJ. 10-man league, I'm hammering Brock Bowers so I could get the advantage like you're saying, Nick. Yes, I agree with you. That's a great idea. Great idea. Jaden Daniels goes. Now, is there going to be a quarterback run here? Is Rocky, Dab God, Troy, or Tell Your Friends going to have the fear of missing out, the FOMO, and are they going to go quarterback? I feel like one person will, but I wouldn't guarantee. Again, if I knew everyone here exactly how they drafted, like I know my friends, like in my home league, like I can read them like a book. You guys, though, you're loose cannons. Normally, though, I will not lie, in like a regular home league, 100% one of these guys is taking either Caleb or Justin Herbert. 100%. 100%. I'm shocked that Dart's ranked ahead of those guys. I mean, I guess I get it now that Neighbors is hurt. I mean, not hurt. Now that Neighbors is healthy. I think I get it. I want to see what happens here, and then we are going to recap the last draft. Oh my God, I'm going to look like such a fool. No one's going to take a quarterback, and they're just going to stick it to me. They're just going to stick it right in my face, pause, and not take a quarterback. Just tell your friend's going to be nice and take a quarterback. I don't think so. He shouldn't, actually. There's no reason to, because these guys already have quarterbacks, so he should take a running back, receiver, or tight end. No need to take a quarterback here, but maybe they're going to be nice to me and take one. Took Laporta. That made sense. Okay. Let's just look at the last draft real quick. Super fast mode breakdown of this draft. Jabir Gibbs, Nico Collins, Malik Neighbors, Devontae Adams, Travis Etienne, Cortland Sutton, Jaden Daniels, Dalton Kincaid, Jacoby Myers, Patrick Mahomes, Gadsden, Jennings, Coleman. I don't like drafting 2 quarterbacks or 2 tight ends. That drops down the grade, though through 6, actually through the first 7 rounds, they cooked. And then let me just make sure I'm not like close to picking again. Okay. DeTruth goes Bijan Robinson, Trey McBride, George Pickens, Terry McBride, Mike Evans, DK Metcalf, RJ Harvey, Tony Pollard, Dak, and Jackson Dart, Aaron Jones, Hunter Henry, and Tajay Spears. I would not have taken Hunter Henry if I took Trey McBride. I wouldn't have taken both of Dart and Dak Prescott. Outside of that, I mean, that's just going to knock your grade down, but outside of that, that's a good draft. Jamar Chase. Wait, are we up already? No, we're not. Jamar Chase, Rashee Rice, Chris Olave, Colson Loveland, Bucky Irving, Jalen Warren, J.K. Dobbins, Caleb Williams, Matthew Golden, Woody Marks, Alvin Kamara, Denzel Boston, Cypress Allen. This is a great early receiver team. I do have very much question marks about Bucky, but in the 5th round, it's fine. This is a good team. Skilly goes Puka, and again, I'm just going to keep making sure I'm not up to pick. Okay, I'm about to be up to pick in this, so we got to go back. We got to go back. Okay. Eventually, we're going to need another running back on this team, but we're in the running back range where I'm not fiending to draft one of these guys, so we're just going to go receiver again. We're just going to keep on building the receiver room here. Keep on building, and let's get one team with Mekhi Lemon. Because while I do think he will be a bust, he is not a starter for my team. And if he is way better than I think he will be, then it could work. And the reason why I'm scared of Mekhi Lemon is because for years we were drafting Devontae Smith with A.J. Brown there. And unless A.J. Brown was hurt, Devontae Smith was very boomer bust. And I think it's going to be the same case here with Devontae now being the wide receiver 1, that Lemon's going to be very boomer bust weekly. But maybe Lemon is just that good that it doesn't matter. So, like, deep down, that does kind of work. That does kind of get to me. But if I was having to rely on Lemon week 1, like in my flex, I just would not enjoy that. Straight up. Team 6 looks great, but I think I would have taken a quarterback around 6. Let's see. McCaffrey, Brown, Nico Collins, Colson Loveland, Devontae Adams, Mike Evans, Judkins, Harrison. Now, I think based on when you avoid receiver like they did, I think like True Dab Guy did, I think the smart move would be to punt quarterback on this kind of team. Herbert or Caleb? I prefer Caleb, but it's really close. Okay. So back to... Oh, wait, no, we're about to pick again. And then we'll go back to the other draft real quick. And then we're going to get out of here once this draft ends. Once this one ends. Okay, Mekhi Lemon. We have to get our RB3 now. I mean, our RB2 now. We just have to. We can't keep avoiding it any longer. Can't keep avoiding it. Did Brooks go? We're just going to take Brooks in every single mock draft if he's available. I missed by 1 key. Does anyone ever do that? Where you're like 1 key off and then it just looks like you're typing a bunch of nonsense. We're going to go Jonathan Brooks there. Again, I think Jonathan Brooks will be bad week 1. So, like, I don't actually like that I have to start him. And I will be drafting a bunch of other running backs because of that. It's a very risky team. There's like a very anti-Nick team. But again, you got to try different things out. See how you feel about it. Because, like, Lemon in the 8th round, again, well, I don't love him. Like, that's fine. Same thing with Brees in the 5th round. Okay, so back to the other draft. I do like what Skilly did here. I do like Skilly's team a lot. Rocky went McCaffrey, Walker, Love. Again, I don't like Walker or Love, so that's instantly going to dock him. He also got Waddle, who I like, bdge, who I like. So this is like a very, I think I said this during the draft, this is a very anti the players that I like to draft team. Dab God went the Brown brothers, Amon-Ra St. Brown and A.J. Brown. Kyron, Tootin, Swift, Laporta. Love that start through 6. Quinn Johnson, who I love. True Dab God. He drafted a carbon copy of what I would draft. Troy went JSN, Derrick Henry, Javonte Williams, Luther Burden, Tyler Warren, Jalen Hurts, Ramondre Stevenson, Wan'Dale Robinson, Kenneth Gainwell, Casey Concepcion, Tyler Algier, Jalen McMillan, and Goddard. I love this team as well. Gale went JT, Brock Bowers, Igbuka, Wilson, Henderson, Jadarian Price, Pierce, Pittman, I think I joked that he loves the Colts. I do like his team, but again, I do have big question marks on both Wilson and Henderson. Hurts went James Cook, Genty, T. Higgins, Zay Flowers, J-Mo, Rome, Blake, Corum, Kyle Pitts, Rico, Rashad White, Bo Nix late. So he punted quarterback. Man, if he took DJ Moore instead of J-Mo, this would probably be my favorite team. CD, O'Marion Hampton, Ted Rowe McMillan, Cam Scattaboo, DJ Moore, Tucker Kraft, Michael Wilson, Joe Burrow, JCM, Hunter, Debo, Bigsby, Dell. This is my favorite team, actually. This is my favorite team so far. Should have drafted a fifth RB, though. And then Asdig went A-Chain, Jefferson, Brees Hall, Devontae Smith, Lamar Jackson, Marvin Harrison Jr., Kyle Monungai, Josh Downs, Romeo Dobbs, Brian Robinson, Keaton Mitchell, Jake Ferguson, and AP. AP going psycho with the last pick. I like that. And then my team was Saquon, Chase Brown, Josh Allen, Lad McConkey, Christian Watson, Jordan Tyson, Fannin, Godwin, Diggs, Higgins, Rodriguez, Sampson. This is how you do double hero RB right there. So my favorite team is Hurts's team in that draft. But again, none of you guys drafted like shit, which I will tell you straight up if your team is bad, so that you draft. But again, even if I tell your team's bad, just so you know, your team could end up being very good. Yeah, I'm not right about everything. Poor JMO, dude. I just don't like JMO, man. I just don't like JMO. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't get why people are falling for him again. People just fall for him every single year. Every year, people fall for the JMO trap. And maybe I'm wrong. And maybe now with the play calling change, like maybe it all works out for him. Maybe he's great. It is possible. It is possible. So we need more running backs on this team. Let's go Chuba. Fuck it. You know what we're going to do with this team? We're going to start Chuba week 1. And then when Chuba loses his job, we're going Brooks. I hate doing this, but it makes sense with a hero RB build of Brees Hall. So we can we could swap Brooks and Chuba. Nick is the GOAT. Thank you so much, Julio. Yeah, the GOAT too. Looks like I'm late to the party. Yeah, we are winding down here. We are winding down. I mean, if I would love to do another draft, but at the end of the day, after this I have to update the rankings and post them, and it's gonna be like if I do another draft, it's gonna be like 11:45, and then I would have to do that. So no bueno, no bueno. And then I'll rank every team here. I'll tell you guys if I like your team or not. Okay, we're gonna need more running backs. We're just gonna keep clicking the running back button. Keep clicking on RBs. I don't really like Dowdle, to be honest with you. I'd prefer Blake Corum. Because if Kyron goes down, Blake Corum's going to smack. As a Lions fan, I love JMO, which is not for fantasy. I mean, I also look, if I was a fan of the Lions, I would also like JMO. Like, he's a very fun player, but I just think in fantasy, like, it's going to be very hard to ever figure out when you're going to play him. And I know he went in the 8th round here, right? So, like, no harm, no foul, right? But when he's going in round 6, right? Round 5, there's a lot of question marks about a guy that's going to be in your lineup every single week that could not produce last year when Sam Laporta was healthy. Could not produce. I mean, if you just look at early on last season, 6 points, 18 points, 6, 5, 2, 18. And then, like, once Laporta's hurt, he's on top of the world. Like, if Laporta stays healthy, I just don't think J-Mo is going to have a big season. I know there's arguments against that, like, oh, the coaching changed, this, that, and the other thing. There's a famous rhyme with those numbers. It wouldn't surprise me if Nick knew. 313. I'm going to be honest with you. If it was not 11 p.m., I actually might know what the lyrics are from. But off the top of my head, no. Off the top of the dome ski, I don't know. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I think we're going to do one more running back and then a receiver. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 running backs. Yeah, we need another running back and then a receiver. And we don't have to draft a backup quarterback or a tight end. So this team, again, it does look gross on paper because, like, Tet's our wide receiver 2. Brees Hall's our RB1. But you also have to consider that Josh Allen is our QB1. And Brock Bowers is our tight end 1. And even with more risk at running back and receiver, like, I feel like this team could smash, especially with Chase Brown. Notorious OG, bro. Yes, sir. I am pretty OG in the fantasy game. I've been doing this since 2019. Hopefully we can hit the big 50 subscribers this year. What you know about Eminem? Oh, yeah, that is an Eminem lyric. 313, and it's like all the people stand with me or something, like, because I can't remember any lyrics. Like, subscribe, and join the Discord, yes, sir. I'm gonna look it up. 313 Eminem lyric. Now, what you know about a sweet MC from the 313? Yeah, it's from 8 Mile. I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong though. I have not seen 8 Mile in a while. Could be wrong. Eminem. We don't talk about politics on here. Eminem has new material out. It is different than what he's used to. It is decent. I have not listened to Eminem. He dropped an album recently. I have not listened to that. I have not listened to that. I have listened to probably every Eminem album except for the most recent one. I used to love Eminem as a kid. I would listen to Eminem all the time. My favorite Eminem album is definitely not anyone else's favorite. No, it's okay. You can say whatever you want about politics, but I just don't talk about it because there's no need to, you know, divide you guys and, anything like that. My favorite album from Eminem is Recovery, even though I don't think that's anyone's favorite album besides me, because I think I was just the age for that. That came out in 2010, so when I was 10, that came out. It's no problem though, MC. It's okay. I did not mean to pick Dak. It's okay. It's okay. We already have a quarterback. So we're going to go one more running back and receiver. Let's go receiver here. Again, just take as much upside as possible. Let's go Worthy. We haven't taken Worthy really at all, and I think Worthy's a bust for fantasy, but I like it. Some players are just boom or bust their entire careers. Some teams know how to manage those guys, but they aren't good for fantasy. I agree. I fully agree with you. There's a lot, like Devontae Smith, for instance. He's rough in fantasy, but he's a great receiver, right? In the NFL, I'd be so happy if the Dolphins had Devontae Smith, but he's just not very reliable game in and game out, right? Now, some like you said, some coaches can figure it out. Like JMO could be very good in the right scenario. I just really think the team wants Laporta to be a key component in the offense. And if that continues to be the case, I just don't think you can elevate Amon-Ra Gibbs, Sam Laporta, and what's his name at the same time, and JMO at the same time. Tolbert in Miami. I like Tolbert. But, like, again, I think it would be crazy. Like, if you just, I'm going to just pull up Tolbert so you can see the depth chart. We have Malik Washington, Jalen Reagor, Theo Weiss, Caleb Douglas, Jalen Tolbert, Chris Bell, Caleb Douglas. Like, we have a lot of guys, and none of them, to me, scream out like they're the clear number one target on the team. So I would just not draft a single, like, the only Dolphins players I'm interested in are A-Chain, Greg Dulcich, because he's free late, and Malik. Okay, let's go James Conner just in case he gets traded. I don't think James Conner has any value on the Cardinals, so if he does not get traded, he's just a straight up dud. But I went for the rainbow approach for my team. I like it. I like it. Going with the rainbow early. I went with the blue sandwich with my start. All right. Gibbs, Rice, Derrick Henry, Luther Burden, Tyler Warren, Jalen Hurts. Love the start. Tyson, Monungai, Johnston, Gainwell, Reed, V-Rob, Shaheed. You went, I wouldn't say, I would not consider Warren to be an elite tight end, but I would consider him a top 5 tight end, and you went elite quarterback. To me, that's kind of what you should be doing in a 10-team league. Palizzi goes B-Rob, A.J. Brown, Malik Neighbors, Jalen Waddle, Cam Scatterbo, Joe Burrow, Tucker Kraft, J.K. Dobbins, D.K. Metcalf, JCM, Debo, Golden, Bigsby. Great start, and they went elite quarterback and a solid tight end. I went Chase, Bowers, Allen, Tet, Brees Hall, Christian Watson, bdge, Mekhi Lemon, Jonathan Brooks, Chuba Hubbard, Blake Corum, Xavier Worthy, and James Conner. Is this the best team I've ever drafted? No, but I do think this was very good for a hero RB team that went quarterback and tight end early in a 10-team league. Puka, Drake London, Trey McBride. Trey McBride in the third is a steal in a 10-team league. Kyron Williams, Garrett Wilson, Travion Henderson, Jaden Daniels, RJ Harvey, Cortland Sutton, Godwin, Rico, Coker, Spears. Hurts unstacked. Yeah, I don't mind unstacking in a 10-team league. I like Scary Terry this year, so do I. Higgins, McLaurin, Tate, or Burden. I would rank them Higgins, Burden, McLaurin, Tate. Again, any team, I'm just going to keep it real with you guys. Any team in a 10-team league that took the tight end early and the quarterback early, or a guy that I consider a lead at both positions, I'm going to grade it much higher. Just because, again, I think it's just so much more important because none of these teams are going to look bad. Just so you know, it's basically impossible to draft a bad 10-team team unless you just reached on every pick. Amon-Ra, Justin Jefferson, Kenneth Gainwell, Jeremiah Love, Devontae Smith, Bucky Irving, DeAndre Swift, JMO. I mean, Rocky just drafts all the players that I don't like. So it's very evident that Rocky thinks different than me, which is fair. So if Rocky is right, I mean, I do like Amon-Ra Jefferson, though. But if Rocky's right, it's going to be a bad year for us. Christian McCaffrey, Chase Brown, love that start. Nico, Colson Loveland, Devontae, Mike Evans, Judkins. Okay, I really like this team. This one might be my favorite. Troy went True Dab God, my favorite team. JT, Genty, Olave Egbuka, Devontae Smith. David Montgomery, sorry. Carnell Tate, Jadarian Price, Jackson Dart, Wandale Robinson, Isaiah Likely, Tyler Algier, Dak, Gadsden. Said he accidentally drafted Dak. Didn't need to draft Gadsden either. Again, this team's really good, but the problem is if you don't have, like, if you're starting Likely weekly, like, that just kind of sucks for a 10-team league. I mean, tell your friends just went with only Tom Brady as the quarterback, so they instantly get an F. But obviously, they're going to pick up someone else that was just a joke pick. Their team is very good, though. On a real note, it's actually amazing. Ammunition from GTA goes the triple robust running back, Achane, Saquon, Jacobs, Ladd, DJ Moore, Drake May, Adunze, Kyle Pitts, Stevenson, Downs, Dobbs, Woody Marks, Concepcion. This looks like a team I would draft. Very good. And then Skilly went CD, James Cook, Lamar, T. Higgins, McLaurin, ETN. Dude, what the fuck? Kittle was his last pick. This is an A as well. So, again, no one really had a bad team, except for Rocky, who just drafts way different than I do. So his team might be very good, if I'm wrong. So thank you guys all so much for watching. And again, Rocky's team's actually pretty good. It's just I don't love any three of those running backs that he started off with, but if any of those running backs are really good and I'm wrong, he's going to be really good. So thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate you guys watching the stream. I am thankful. Lol, how did I know you weren't going to miss that detail? You're going to be a great dad, man. I wasn't happy. Skilly, you don't like your team? You don't like your team, Mr. Skilly? And Skilly, I'm pretty sure you signed up for Underdog, and you will be getting your thing tonight. Game over. I will see you guys tomorrow on video. I don't think I'm going to stream, but I'll let you guys know in the Discord. So if you are on the Discord, I will be sending the link in here. I mean, I will be mentioning in Discord if I'm streaming or not. I'm greatly appreciative of all you guys watching the stream. Thank you so much. Hope you guys do have a great rest of your guys' night. And I'll see you tomorrow on video. And I may see you guys on stream, but I wouldn't guarantee it. No, I would say it's not 50-50 for tomorrow. I think I'm going to have something to do. So I'd probably give it like a 5% chance. But I love you guys. Have a good night. Thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on video. And shout out to all the mods. Bye-bye. Shout out Spock. Bye.